This version of It's Eric Nagel has been modified from its original broadcast. Content has been edited to fit this platform.
Believe none of what you hear and half of what you see.
Are you ready? I said, are you
ready? It's Eric Nagel. And it starts now.
Ladies and gentlemen of the universe, the next voice you hear, it's Eric Nagel.
And thank you, Scott Shannon. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the program. I am Eric Nagel, and joining us, as always, my co-host from the frozen tundra known as Arizona. Say hello to Jordan.
Good afternoon, everybody.
I know. It's weird being on when the sun is still kind of out.
I know. I'm like looking out the window. I'm like, the sun is shining. The weather's nice.
We're at that time of the year where, early morning matches early afternoon. So 4:30 in the afternoon, same as 4:30 in the morning. You turn around and it's like, oh, it's dark out. My whole day's shot.
Yeah.
If I see that it's dark outside, it's cold out, my mind turned off. It's like, just go to bed or do nothing. The world can wait.
Yeah, well, Eric hibernates during the winter. I haven't gotten a lot of after 8 o'clock text from Deck Eric in a long time. Once that time shift happened and the sun started going down at 5.
Yeah,
Eric's lost to the world.
I'm a big cozy bear, wants to hibernate for the winter.
It's gonna go steal some picnic baskets.
All of that. If you're listening on, I don't have the pictures up. I should have that up because there we go. If you're listening on the iHeartRadio app, do us a kindness. Am I pointing in the right direction? I'm not. I never get it right over there. Put us in the first position on the iHeartRadio app, like this fella. Damn it, this fella over here. He did that. You could be one too. Send us your screenshots. We'll put that up. If you're on Apple, Spotify, any of those places, go over there and do us a kindness. Leave us a positive review. It does help out the program. If you want to join us live each and every week as we do this program, Twitch and YouTube are the live rooms to be in, which I see the rooms are filling in right now as we do this, as we are grooving on a Sunday afternoon. We don't normally do a show on a Sunday afternoon.
No.
We'll get into that in just a moment. But yeah, go over to those live rooms, like and subscribe. And if you can only watch this stuff whenever it's convenient for you, believe me, we get it. YouTube is always available for you. Got a lot of stuff coming up. I've been loading a lot more stuff for the membership tier.
I saw you put that message out there. That was nice to see.
I will have an announcement, I think around Thanksgiving time, of what the content will be on there and what you get for your money. I think everybody will enjoy what's going to be up there and what's still. There's a lot to add. It's not all going to be up there at the launch, but you'll have a good portion of it. And then I think every week we'll add a little bit more and more to it. So
much nudity. It's going to be great.
So much.
Put it behind the paywall.
Look for that announcement. Anyway, thank you, everybody, for being here.
Your voice is back.
I have somewhat of a voice. My head's still a bit clogged, stuffed, if you will. I went from getting a cold from my kid to doing that show, which we got to talk about that show in a second. My voice was almost completely gone.
Yeah.
Halfway through the show. Like, it was bad. Some people were like, maybe you shouldn't have done a show. And I said, you're right. And they said, no, ever. And I said, that's hurtful. But for that particular show, yes.
I got a message from my mom. Got it.
Yes. Thanks.
Yeah.
So much love. Yeah. So then the next day I went to one of those clinics, those urgent care clinics.
Right.
And they said, oh yeah, you have a full on sinus infection. And the whole right side of my head hurt. Like behind my eyes, in front of my face, the top part of my teeth. Like if I leaned down, it felt like I was being stabbed. And if you like shook your head really fast, it felt like somebody's it was just poking a nerve with something pointy and sharp. And so I had to get antibiotics. I had to get nasal sprays. I had to get all this other nonsense there. I'm almost done with it. Still writing all of it out. But I have a voice again. We'll see how long this lasts, if this starts to go through the show too, back to back. But yeah, it has not been a very fun 2 weeks. Last week's show, let me address a few things. One, wasn't the best idea to do the show with the voice like that, but we gave it a go. Yeah. I've had, and an interesting amount of people saying they were off-put by the fact that the cameras were this way.
I gotta say, when right as we started the show and you were showing the iHeart stuff, I have a way of doing it. I usually do it that way. Last week when we switched things up, when we did that, I did what you did and did it wrong. So I think it's just the orientation, and it does throw you off. So I can understand their confusion.
Well, yeah, seeing you on the left side there for some reason was off-putting to people. I said it's no different than if we do whatever. Okay, fine. That was issue 1. Issue 2 involved Tukey coming on the show. Yeah. Now, I have zero problem with Tukey being on the show. I enjoy Tukey's content very much. I had him come on to explain some sidebar situation that has nothing to do with this show, this world, whatever, but it involved me that I was unaware of. So he was also involved in this and was unaware of it to a certain extent, but he knew more about this than I did. So we brought him on. Yes, it was not in the iHeart show for 2 reasons. One, I tried to cut out as much as I could. I never try to cut out content, but I tried to cut out as much as I could because my voice was terrible. So we tried to make that show as short as possible so that it would at least be listenable. 2, it didn't make sense in the iHeart context to have that part in there, but it wasn't like it was scrapped altogether. It's part of it's its own video. It's up on the YouTube channel. It's there. You can check it all out and see what that whole saga was about. But I had no problem with Tukey being on. In fact, I'd have him on again. Him, Cardiff, always welcome. The issue seemed to be that I was not aware that our audience was as aware of the Dabbleverse.
Not only as aware, but visibly upset in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
That he was on the show and were calling for us to hurry up and end this.
Well, it wasn't just that. It were comments on it was comments on social media, comments on the YouTube stuff. And I was like, it was a one-off, and I wasn't going to apologize for it. One of the YouTubes, I said, this involved me. It was something I was not aware of, and he did. He could come on the show, and that was it. I mean, it's final. That's what it was. We're not doing Dabbleverse segments here. We're not bringing that world into here. Do Jordan and I like keeping tabs on some of the Stuttering John stuff? Absolutely.
100%.
But past that point, that's as far as we go on this program. If we want to do that stuff, I go on other shows. I go on other people's shows to talk about that stuff, but we don't do it here. So it was pretty, I don't want to say it wasn't concerning, but it was interesting, I guess, for a lack of a better term, that many people got upset over it. So,
well, we've had other people on that have mentioned it and have come on, and you know, we had Keanu on, and you know, with Tukey coming on doing stuff. Like, we have people coming around from different aspects of things. But you're right. We've never really gotten too deep into it. We're not making this anything about the Dabbleverse.
No,
we rarely get too far into more of a, we're interested. It's fascinating to us. John's an idiot. And then we move on to something else. Even when, you know, you have someone like Keanu on where we just talked about whatever we wanted to talk about. So I just found it very interesting.
Oh, she was on for the Spencer Pratt stuff at the beginning of the year.
She was, yeah. She was talking about Spencer
By
Pratt.
the way, fully have done a 180 on Spencer Pratt.
How so?
Me, not Keanu.
No, I
over the summer, seeing the outrage that's going on with the Pacific Palisades,
right,
and Malibu, and how poorly the city of Los Angeles, the county of, is it the county of Los Angeles?
It's Los Angeles County, I think.
Los Angeles County and the state of California have handled all of that.
Oh, yeah.
To the point that certain people might lose their properties altogether because of zoning restrictions and all this other shit. He's been out there since the beginning. Now, look, I still had an issue at the beginning when that happened at the beginning of the year, right, with him doing the crystals and playing his wife's terrible pop.
Yeah, that was
to raise money. But looking back at it, it's like he did what he knew he could to try to raise money for his family. And he was saying that. We were ignoring it, but he was saying that. So now looking back at it, I go, you know what? Good on him. 2, he's been at the forefront, going to council meetings, outspoken in the press and all of stuff about how all this has been handled. They can't get their insurance money. They can't get their zoning permits. They can't go back out there because now there's environmental concerns with everything that's been sitting out there for that long. And I'm seeing some of the stuff he's talking about. I'm behind him now.
Yeah.
And I said, wow, he convinced me. Did a complete 180 on Spencer Pratt. with as long with this cause. I'll say I'm still not in with his crystals thing. I think that's such a bunch of malarkey. Sorry for the harsh language.
There goes your Christmas gift. Okay,
right.
But pivot now.
Did you buy me Spencer crystals? I would have hung them up somewhere. I would have put a light on it to make a prism in here and make this room look even worse than it already does.
That's fine.
But yeah, that's what Keanu was on for, was for the Spencer Pratt stuff. But anyway,
yeah, like we talked about other things. We didn't get into the Dabbleverse. Same with, Tukey wasn't even really Dabbleverse stuff. It was just a gentleman who wanted your attention, wanted you to come out to Vegas. It happened to include some of the other people, like maybe Cardiff and Tukey and all that stuff. And it was just, we talked about it. We addressed it. And
a slide update on that? Slide update. Apparently it's happening at Caesar's Palace.
Okay.
Middle of December, but I have not been contacted directly again. I have not been sent any kind of formal invite or information, whatever. So the little that I do hear through other sources, if that event's happening, all the best to that gentleman and everything's going on. But as of right now, I have zero plans on going to this thing because I wasn't invited again.
He was mad you ignored him the first time.
I mean, how was I supposed to know?
I have no idea.
That video explains all of it, but how was I to know that was a thing happening? So, nonetheless, yeah, get over it. It'll be fine. It's fine. We're not doing a whole bunch of Dabbleverse stuff, and if we do, then go watch something else.
Well, and here's the thing: like I've had people. It was mainly in the live chat, and it's fun. This is your guys' area to hang out, chill, talk to each other. Maybe we'll feature something. We're not going to feature everything. Sorry, we can't do that. But that's where I saw a lot of it. If you saw, people saying stuff outside of that, that's on you. I got messages saying it was cool to see him. It was cool to see that. Like, it
good.
Was, people. I mean, people are mixed. People are always going to be mixed. Can't please.
Hey! What do you mean about this mixed stuff there, white man?
Hey, what's up, man?
Speaking of Tukey. Yeah. So, we do what we're going to do.
Good old Gary Gay Boobs in the chat saying Spencer Gifts has a whole new meaning. A crystal is your reward. I think you know what? I wouldn't buy one, but if someone gave me one said this is one of Spencer Pratt's crystals.
Griftles.
I almost did say griftles, didn't I?
Oh, it's so great.
Spencer Pratt Griftles.
That's griftles.
Nah, it's not good enough for a show title, but it is a funny flub. If somebody sent me one of those, I wouldn't throw it out. I'd find a place for it and give it a proper presentation. But I don't buy into that they have. They look cool. If you find a geode somewhere, or if you go into one of those caves on a field trip, or something like that, when you're seeing stalagmites, stalactites, and all kinds of crystallization down there, that's kind of cool. It looks cool. I don't want to wear one around my neck. I don't believe it has healing powers. It's just an element of the earth, and it's cool to look at. That's it. But anyway, so let's see. Sick, Tukey. I think that was it for last week's show. Oh, short. That was the other thing. They always said, wow, last week's show was very short. Yeah, I think it was the shortest show that we did in a long time, an hour and a half. Total.
It's really funny that we've always tried to hit a marker of around 2 hours. We haven't done that in months.
Right.
I guess that's not it's a problem when it comes to, trying to get the advertising right, doing all this stuff, whatever. But for us, it's like, okay, at least we have content. At least we're talking. At least we're enjoying each other's company. I mean, most of the time when we're done with the show, we talk for another half hour. Like, we don't just stop and we're done. Like, and then we'll get on chat after there and then. Like, so there's always there's that comfortability of being able to just talk and riff and talk about different things, and we're cool with that. But yes, that was the shortest one. I think your voice needed it. I think if I'm gonna host anything, obviously I gotta work on my
I thought you were
fine. Things like that. It's fine. I mean, it was last second. I mean, it was really last minute. I mean, it was like an hour before the show started. He told me, he's like, I'm dying.
It's all more of laying out everything that you have, seeing how you can connect things, and like this can lead to this, to this, to this, to this, and just keeping it moving. Once you get that down, then you'll be. I'm sure you'll feel more comfortable with it. Maybe we'll do another show before the year's out where you lead. And I actually have a voice, but you lead, and we'll see how that goes.
Well, we could do something that kind of leans more to where I was more comfortable. Like we can do like an end of the year. We could do our music show. We can do that kind of stuff. Like, you know.
We got to bring back 92.3 E-Rock. Because our Spotify rap things are going to show up soon.
They should be showing up probably.
Last year's was fun because remember somebody hacked my account from Brazil.
You were listening to a lot of weird Brazilian music at Disney.
And my rap was reflecting. And that's how I found out that my thing was hacked. I go, what? And no, that's not how I found out. I found out when I couldn't log into the thing. That's when I found out. I found out that they were listening to all this stuff when my rap came out.
Right.
And I go, like, the top 3 things are some Brazilian artists that I have no idea, and I don't speak Portuguese, so I don't know what they're saying, and I don't know who they are. But this year should be fun. We'll see what that comes up with. What else do I have to talk about before we move on to everything else there? I think that was next week programming note.
Mm-hmm.
One of the gentlemen that remember.
Oh, and by when we say next week, we mean this Thursday.
Oh yes, this coming Thursday.
Because we're a little off.
I don't think it was last week or it might have been the week before. 2 weeks ago, we did the demos for the AI radio that they're trying to sell to radio stations across the country. Well, one of the gentlemen who is spearheading this initiative reached out to me and wants to come on the program. And I thought, okay, that'd be great. And then I was thinking a little bit. I'm like, maybe it's not really worth having him on to do anything with this. We said our piece. What else are we going to do? But then he kept following up, and it's locked in now. So this coming week on the show, we will have Joel Denver on the program, formerly of All Access and Radio and Records Online, who now is the head of this company called SonicTrek.ai. That is going to have this revolutionary effect on the industry about making AI syndicated radio stations. So he's going to come on. I'm going to have some questions for him. They had a webinar that I managed to get access to, and I have some questions about that too.
Yeah, I'm real curious about it, only because
I'll send you the link to the webinar so that you're aware of it.
Okay, I'll check it out. It is going to be interesting to hear the counterpoint because obviously like we know AI's coming. We're both kind of against it in a certain way. I've been leaning on it on certain things just for fun. I don't think I would ever use it in a business sort of way or things like that. But to hear his side kind of sell us on it, let's hear the counterpoint. It's going to be kind of cool. I like that idea only because this week, and I didn't really add it to part 2 of the show, but Disney announced that Disney Plus is going to be doing AI user-generated content.
Do you have that in segment 2?
I don't. I'll look to see if there's any more details, but it is interesting that a lot of these companies are now, instead of spearheading against it, are leaning heavily into using it.
Can I tell you, I knew nothing about that until... I see the official press releases and stuff before the public outrage starts coming around, right?
Right.
I did not, I guess maybe because I wasn't fully paying attention while being sick. So I only found out about that by seeing the outrage online from artists.
Oh, yeah.
Going crazy. These art communities and graphic design communities and even some of the people who do video game stuff were on there screaming about the fact that Disney would allow anybody, and it's not like, well, I do art, why can't I submit my thing? That's not the thing. If you do your own art, your own animation, and they were opening up a section for user interface kind of thing, a customer interface, that's fine. But when the AI has been proven time and time again that it's leeching off other people's artistic styles and designs and copyrights, that's when, and then you're giving it essentially a global forum,
a platform, to
put it on there. I think you'll see Disney walk that back sooner than later.
I don't know. We'll see.
I need to choose my beverage before I go on here.
Yep. Just because it's the afternoon.
If you haven't been following, a couple months ago, I made a mention about a particular energy drink that I was enjoying, and that was that Welch's Grape drink by
Ghost. Yeah,
Ghost. I think I have one over here. And is it this one? Dude. I'm telling you not.
The fact that you have a bag on top of what you have on that little platform there.
Multiple bags.
Jesus.
So there's 3, 6, 9, 12. There's 12 of them over here, right? And remember, I said I have about almost 3 dozen stocked up over there. I was begging people to stop sending stuff to the studio and stop dropping stuff off, and they didn't stop. So anyway, about a couple months ago, I talked about this, and I said how good this was, and this apparently was my gateway beverage into the world of energy drink stuff. Well, I talked about for a while an energy drink that I liked, and it disappeared because it was only a summertime thing. And that was the Ghost had an iced tea lemonade that I came across apparently at the very end of the season because I had it once and then couldn't find it ever again. Well, somebody was kind enough that came across, I guess, some back supply and dropped off 6 cans of the Ghost iced tea lemonade.
Oh, you're going to have to spread those out like once a month.
Yeah. So
last year, the next summer.
I've got, or maybe it was more than 6. I don't know. This whole bag is just full of these things.
That is so funny.
So I have, a ton of these energy drink stuff. Great. But these are the ones I actually enjoy. Why not do the ones that I've never had before? And so, because they've been stacking up, I thought this thing was going to last a couple of weeks. I'm like, I try a couple of flavors. We'd be done with it. Apparently people want to see me die. So, and that's fine because certain ones that keep getting sent to me, they're anywhere between 175 milligrams. Some are up at 300.
That's
and then
lot.
Somebody wrote me this past week saying, have you tried some red, what was it? Red can. It actually got legally banned because it was like 750 milligrams of caffeine in it. Well, there was one there's a brand that's called cocaine, but that's not the one.
That sounds like something you should try.
It has red in the title, but some of these other ones.
Is it Redline?
Yes.
Gary Gay Boobs,
Redline. Thank you, Mr. Boobs. Redline.
Don't call him that. That's his father's name.
And this person's like, well, sometimes they're still out in places you can find them. I go, I'm not looking for this stuff. It's nice that people were cool enough to.
It's funny. I'm the one actually out there physically looking for certain energy drinks, and you're the one just getting stuff dropped off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so I'm not looking for a 750 milligram can.
No, that'll kill you.
But like Lynn's saying here in the chat, people have been sending me this. That C4 came out with this serial killer one that is a Fruit Loops flavor. I was never a Fruit Loops fan, but look, if I see it in the wild, I'll give it a try. My go-tos usually are the Welch's Grape or the C4 Hawaiian Punch, and that's about it.
I did see that one in the store the other day, and I was like, ooh.
Well,
I ended up passing because I got the new Monster Energy Ultra Wild Passion. I've been drinking a couple of these.
Ew, it looks like it's lavender.
Tasty. It is. It's like a purplish lavender color.
No, is the flavor lavender?
No, it's a passion fruit.
Good.
Yeah, lavender is one of those things that everyone loves. I'm just not.
No one loves lavender. I don't know who there is a generation that I think has almost all completely died off the face of the earth that used to love lavender candies.
Yeah.
I think that generation is almost completely gone and we'll never have to deal with that again.
Yeah, I got to the point where there's one flavor I'm looking for that apparently I didn't realize it originally, but I guess it's a English flavor. It's in England. It's for Monster Energy from the land. It's the Lando Norris Zero Sugar. It's supposed to be like a yuzu melon flavor, and I'm gonna have to import that. I'm gonna really want to try it.
Okay.
So
whatever that drink I had last week was terrible.
That was the Pac-Man one, yeah.
Yeah, it was not good. It was supposed to be a cherry flavor. It was that's why I dropped the medicated Halls drop into it to give it something. It was terrible. It was not good.
Chips and Sips is saying, what about water for energy? Well, Chips, if you look on the can here, carbonated water is the first ingredient of these things. So you know what? You take your water and you shove it.
But this is where it balances out because you got the water in here to balance out that. So I do have all of that.
So
here's another thing. I'm going to narrow it down to 2 this week. And I'm going to go with some of the big name companies, and you guys get to pick. Do I do the Strabango,
which I hate the name for that.
And this one, I picked. No, I didn't pick this one up. I don't know where I got this one from because I didn't get
the
this
cherry one.
No, this is Hawaiian pineapple.
Oh, see, don't ask me to choose. I'd pick pineapple 100%.
Should I do the pineapple?
Yeah, do the pineapple.
Should we let the chat pick? Strabango or Hawaiian pineapple? Put your vote there in the chat, and we'll go with that. There we go. Mr. Boobs is saying we'll donate to the Jordan Energy Drink. Drop the P.O. box. Do you have a P.O. box set up out there yet?
Oh, we should set one up at this point.
Yeah, that would probably be good. Because you can't send it here. I can't get it. I'm not paying the shipping to get it out to Arizona from the New York City area.
I was going to say, I think the only listener type that has my address is Tom from Alberta, and I see his truck parked out of my house every now and then, so I just kind of keep the blind shut.
John M. Eric, do you have a P.O. box where we can send you more energy drinks? Look, the Secaucus office's address is out there. What is it? I haven't. I go and pick stuff up, but I keep forgetting. Like, I don't give it out anymore, so I don't know what it is.
P.O. box, huh? Let's see.
P.O. box. P.O. box 1184, Secaucus, New Jersey 07096. There you go. Goes to our
I was going to say, I had to be on the show for about 2 years before I got anything other than the P.O. box office. So,
right.
I think the last thing I sent you actually went to your actual home address, which was a new hurdle for our relationship here.
Yes, I kind of trusted you that you were not going to stalk me. So everyone's saying pineapple, so I guess
let's do pineapple.
You know what? I could save Strabango for. Very soon, we're going to have our pal Chad Dukes and the director of his new film.
Is that finally coming out?
Coming out in December, beginning of December. Nice. Our buddy Chad Dukes is in an actual legit movie with
starring John Hader.
With John Hader, Billy Zane is in the movie too.
And he's in scenes with Billy. Like they filmed in a car, like they were like elbow to elbow. And I was jealous when I found out about this.
So the movie's actually coming out now. And so we're going to have the director and Chad come on the show, and we'll play the trailer and talk about the movie coming out. It'll be very,
What's
very
the movie
exciting.
title? You never gave that out. I have it, but I don't know if you want to.
Tapawingo. Is the name of the movie. So maybe I'll save the Strabango for the Tapawingo.
Bango for the Wingo.
I will tell you something else that you're going to be very jealous of.
What's that?
I was asked if I would like to sample, and I said yes, please. And they sent to me Ben Stiller's sodas.
Son of a bitch. Where do you do you have to order those? Are those in stores anywhere?
These two were sent to me. They're rolling out in stores soon.
Okay.
But the flavors they sent was root beer and Shirley Temple.
Shirley Temple would be the one I'd want to try.
So, so we played a few weeks ago. I thought was a goof. We played that ad that Ben Stiller, legendary comedic actor Ben Stiller, writer, was launching a soda company. And the soda company, he goes, it's not that like that probiotic stuff. It's just simple ingredients, no added extra nonsense there. Basic bitch soda. And the ad was funny because the voice guy over there was fucking with him while he's trying to do the commercial the whole time. In fact, there's a second commercial that dropped. I'll see if I can pull it and we'll put it up there. So we put it out there, and I guess I tagged something, and the ad rep company for this said, would you like to sample that? And I said, absolutely.
That's awesome.
So I won't do it this week, but next week we'll sample these on the show. I'll see if we can find a store out there by you if they have them. So that you can have them. It says, 30 calories, no fake stuff.
Nice.
And the ingredient list is very, very small. There's a lot of vitamin stuff in there, but as far as like bullshit, first three ingredients on the Shirley Temple: water, organic sugar cane, dark sweet cherry juice.
Why not?
Sold. So we have that. Our old pal Andy's in the chat here. Eric, did you see the Liquid Death soda flavored seltzer line is rolling out a Mountain Dew in January? I don't like Mountain Dew at all. I don't like any of the variations. I am not a Mountain Dew fan. Never have been. I don't think I ever will be. There's really nothing that I've ever tried that has convinced me that maybe I should give them another look. Just wasn't for me.
I like Liquid Death, their waters. I'm not into their soda flavors. Like they've done this line where they're trying to like.
I didn't know they had soda flavors.
Yeah, they're a little slightly smaller cans because like the Liquid Deaths are in the little tall boys, and then you get the normal cans of their soda flavor. So they're like emulating Dr. Pepper, Diet Coke, Coke Zero, all this stuff. There's just something off about the agave that they use that to sweeten it. So they're not using the typical like like a stevia or a cane or whatever. They're using agave, and just there's something about the flavor profile on those that just are really weird, and they leave a weird aftertaste in my mouth.
Hey, shut up for a minute.
You got
this
it.
is really good. I'm kidding.
Good.
The Hawaiian pineapple is really good.
That's awesome.
I'm
I like
amazed.
that.
Good on you, C4. Wow. I'm glad I did choose that one. It's got a great creamy pineapple aftertaste. Like if you were eating some kind of pineapple ice cream or something.
Ooh, I do love pineapple ice cream.
I recommend. This is probably even be better cold. It's not cold. It's kind of room temperature, but having that thing sit in the fridge, grab that one morning.
Nice.
That could be good. Chips and sips. You should start trying energy drinks from other countries. Oh my God. It's just going to be like, why is there a scorpion at the bottom of this one? What is Mexico doing?
He said other countries, not Arizona.
Yeah.
Oh, I completely forgot to take a picture. There was this mural that I parked next to at the bar that I went to last night down in Tucson that had a giant scorpion on there. I was like, see, it's everywhere. God, I forgot. And it got too dark
everywhere.
when I left.
But for the Liquid Death stuff, I've had their Arnold Palmer, which I didn't care for. It was kind of weak. Their peach one isn't bad.
Right.
And I've grabbed that only like at a 7-Eleven. I've seen that there. It's like a gold can with a red label. I don't think I've tried any of their other flavors. And I had no idea they were doing a soda, but Mountain Dew is just not appealing to me whatsoever.
I know they're... have you ever had those dirty sodas where you like get a regular soda, then they add like the coconut, the coconut?
No, I know. I know.
Milk
last year you were looking because what was it? Dr. Pepper put out a dirty soda.
They had the dirty
with
sodas.
Coffee Mate, right? Or
yeah,
something.
and I found one, but then they disappeared just as quickly.
Yeah.
Mountain Dew's actually doing a dirty soda flavor this next year, so it's going to be Mountain Dew with like the coconut in it. It's going to be me.
All right, we got to move on through other stuff here with the show. I saw something that I never thought I'd be able to see ever where I live, and it's not because of the region. It's because of the light pollution in my area. We had the Aurora Borealis out here, and it was due to a really...
In your kitchen.
Yes.
This time of year.
Yes.
Oh.
Can I see it? No.
No.
So, there was a really big solar storm happening that pushed the northern lights further down into the United States. We should not be able to see it from where we're at. It's usually only something within that Arctic circle ring at the top of the planet that you get privy to see those things. Well, I didn't expect to see it at all because not too far from me is Newark, a major city, well lit. Not too far from me in the other direction, New York City, very well lit. And then even like an hour and a half, 2 hours from me in another direction, Philadelphia, a lot of light. There was just no way it was going to be able to see this.
Leave out your address.
Alas, I did. My pictures did not come out that good, but I wanted to show you this. Take a look at this. Now, it looks like there's nothing, right?
Right.
But you can see the hints of the red there because the sun was just starting to go down. And by going down 4:30, 4:45 at night, So
Practically midnight.
where I am, a lot of light. I had to drive to the other side of town where I could go. It's kind of weird because you can't say mountains because it's not like mountains, but we're in the Appalachian Mountains where I'm at. So hills, if you will. You have to go to the other side. Like you go up over parts of Montclair and stuff down to the other side where there's like a national park and everything. It's kind of clear out. You can see some things. I had to drive all the way to the other side of town there to try to get away from the city. The mountain range is blocking Manhattan, so I could see over there. I got this picture. That's the best I could get. But it was something. I'm like, all right, I didn't see much of the green. I just saw hints of the red. And I was happy with that.
Yeah. So you and I talked about it, and I said, "Oh no, I don't think I'm going to be able to see it." No, I did, and I got something for you. I hate to do this to you, but look at that. I got I got the cactus, bringing some Arizona love. But yes, I was even able to get some down near where I was at. I'm a little more southern.
Amazing.
Yeah. So. It gets pretty dark here. So I was very happy to see what I got.
I'm more impressed by the stars. Like you get to see the actual galaxy. Yeah. I rarely ever get to see any of this stuff.
Yeah. No, this is gets really dark here. The second night, apparently, what was it, Wednesday? It was way too cloudy, and apparently the solar storm happened like early afternoon and apparently wasn't going to filter the colors down to where everyone was seeing it the night before. So I was lucky enough to get this. But yeah, I was able to see it too, which was very exciting. I love space. I love all that stuff and things like that. Retrovision's asking, a saguaro. Yes, that is a saguaro, and that is how you pronounce it, not saguaro, all that stuff. But yeah, saguaro.
Tom Saguaro.
Tom Saguaro.
That's funny. If everyone could just start saying, it's like, hey, I heard your last name means cactus.
I heard it's illegal to knock you over in Arizona.
I'll say this. There's a place in Western Texas that does specialized, pretty much like adult field trips, adult camping trips, if you will. It takes you out to this really isolated area. And they have a camp set up, power, all of that stuff. But you get cabins or tents or whatever. And what it is that it gets dark early in this area, but there's zero light pollution. So they have high-powered telescopes set up. And you can essentially stand out there with the naked eye, look up and see the cloud range of the Milky Way.
That's cool.
And it's
you can see that out here too, but it's I can't see it. I can try to get with my phone, but right. I don't have I busted my tripod, so I got to get all the hookups for it. But yeah, that's awesome. Like I love that kind of stuff.
So I was thinking about that. I was thinking about sometime maybe next year going like I got to price it out and see, but taking that trip to Western Texas and then you drive or they take you out on I don't know what it is. They get you there. But it's like an hour or something away from San Antonio, I think.
Okay. And
you're just out nowhere, but they set it up. It almost, from the pictures I saw, I'm like, if there was snow on the ground, this would be the thing. Like the way this thing was laid out. But I want to go out there and essentially do like an adult field trip, a camping trip.
That would be
go
awesome.
And just look at and do astronomy for the weekend. I think that'd be really cool.
That would be really cool. Again,
so I'm glad we got to see all that fun stuff. I'm amazed you got to see it too.
I was actually very surprised as well because, you and I talked about it and you're like, yeah, did you see any of this stuff? Did you see some of my pictures? And it's like, yeah, I really don't think it's going to be out here. And then I saw a few people saying, no, yeah, you could totally do that. So I went out. I mean, I don't have to go far. I have no real light pollution here where I'm at, which is great. And I was able to snap a pretty cool book. I grabbed a few others. They didn't turn out as well. That was probably, I think, the best.
Yeah.
Without editing it and like upping the saturation and making it look really good. But
I tried like that. That was the photos raw. Cause usually I'll go through the app and when you try to do some of that space stuff, if you can lower like the contrast and certain things, stuff reveals. Right. And I was going through it. And as I was trying to do it, it just made it like grayer. And I said, all right, there's nothing I can do to enhance this, so I'll just show it as it. I was lucky enough to see those faint blotches of red. I saw zero green, which was what I was looking for. But then you see all the people, this is fun, on social media that were doing their fucking braggadocious posts. And they're showing, and they're out in Wyoming, in Idaho, in Iowa, in Montana. And it's very vivid. And some of them were doing some cool shots. Like you would see like a water tower, and the water tower would be blacked as a silhouette because of the lights behind it. Right. Or they would show you bales of hay or a barn, like a barnyard or something. And that's all cool. And then they're like, look at the views that we got. It's like, I am envious of that views. But then the 99% of the time that you live out there, I am not envious of you that you live out in the middle of nowhere. I had an idea.
I like the quiet.
I gotta figure this out a little more, but I had an idea.
Okay.
Looking at those photos and see, look, Woodpit's on the same thing. I want to see Montana. I kind of do too. There's a lot of areas that are very, desolate and depressing looking, but I want to see a lot of that wide open nature stuff that you don't normally get to see.
Like Delaware.
And no, Delaware is just Jersey, but expanded. It's more, it's a toxic dump. I want to see all that stuff, knowing in my head that I get to leave there in a couple days and go back to civilization. I would like to go out there and see all that stuff. I saw a clip a long time ago in Montana. They do, what are those? Are they Clydesdales? Those were the horses those
are the big horses with the Budweiser commercial. Those things are massive.
They were doing I think it was Clydesdales. They were doing Clydesdale. It's ice horse racing. Did you know about this?
No.
So they have horses out there. They race a track that's like snow and ice conditions. In the winter, they do horse racing.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, that's a fucking brutal sport, both to the horse and to the person. But I'd like to go see one of those things. I'd sit out there in the cold for about 10 minutes to watch that and then go back into my trailer and say, yes, let's go.
One of the two things I'm afraid of and I don't want to go near, and it freaks me out, are horses. But if you told me that we're going to do horses, I won't go near them. They're just massive. They scare me. Like it's terrifying. Those things.
A horse is terrifying to you.
Those horses should be dominating humanity. They're massive, and yet we control them like there's nothing. Like I just don't like the size of them and being close by.
Wow. Okay.
Because I've seen that those things can kick you right through a barn door with no problem. But
if you fuck with it, you got to put your hand on the horse's backside as you're petting so that it trusts you. And then, you shouldn't walk behind it ever. But if you have to, there's a way of doing it, of holding your hand there to reassure that it knows behind you so it doesn't kick you.
Yeah, no, terrifying to me. However, if you said, look, we're going to plan an It's Eric Nagel.
What? Intersect is even saying horses are
terrifying, man.
Jordan is right. Horses are terrifying. How are horses terrifying?
Oh, they'll do some damage. But my thought is if we want to go see Montana, let's do a City Slickers version of It's Eric Nagel, and let's go do a cattle ride.
Yeah, no.
Do the Legend of Curly's Gold. Let's do all this.
I want to pull over on the side of highways and look at all of that.
Pictures of nothing.
And then I want to leave.
No, I want to eat chili
anyway,
out in the
what I was
going
to say before we got into all this is I'm trying to figure
right
out
here. This is another one of those reasons why I don't like them. They bite sometimes. I had a friend. If you're
stupid and you fuck around with a horse, any animal will kick you or bite you or what have you.
I had a friend whose sister had a friend that had horses, and one of the horses bit her, and she had a scar going from like here down to like her mouth, and it lives in my brain. And this is, I was 10. 30 years later, I still think of that scar, and it's part of why I won't.
Why was she trying to tongue kiss a horse?
I don't
horses
get into
do
her
not like
personal
to be kissed
business.
on the mouth.
A horse is a horse, of course.
It's a learning curve.
But no, I'm deathly afraid. Last year for Halloween, there was one in the neighborhood, and I went up and I touched it for the first time. I've never touched a horse. They make me tensed up. I won't do it. I won't tell you what the other fear of mine is, but horses are one of them.
No, read this. You said, read what Woodput's saying here.
Woodput says, I know a guy that got bit on the back and it was pretty gruesome. Is that Mr. Hans?
That's fucking gross. If that's what you're doing. Hey, look. Oh, wait, hold on.
Is that you on a horse?
Hold on. It's not, it's too, I'm trying to brighten up the screen. Hold on.
Did Curly tell you about the one thing? Oh, it's Eric on a horse.
Yeah. How are you afraid of horses?
I'm just no good with horses. Yep, one of my two fears.
Horses are awesome. Oh yeah, here's a photo of me driving an ATV. And but keep in mind, this is one of those Instamatic cameras because this was like late 90s, right? So I'm taking a photo in the rearview mirror while I should be driving an ATV.
It's kind of funny. A couple years ago, we have wild horses in our area, so like sometimes you'll see them crossing the road and stuff like that.
Right.
Up near the river where I go, they have wild horses and they're in the water sometimes. I was hiking in that area and I came across a spot where there was like 5 or 6 of them. I'll have to find the picture. I got a picture and it was like me taking the picture and it's just me terrified of being so close to the goddamn horses. I was just like, no, thank you. Oh yeah, they terrify.
Very interesting.
Yeah, this is one of those fears of mine. Not a fan.
Afraid of horses.
You're like, why?
I have to figure out how to use that against you. All right.
I definitely won't tell you the other thing I'm afraid of.
Hold on a second here. Andy's saying, Eric, you're not doing much to dissuade the idea that you at one point were once a Florida royalty. That was in Maine, that horse. That was not in Florida. I rode horses in Maine. I rode horses. You know where else it was fun to ride horses? Las Vegas.
Really?
There was some ranch. I mean, this was again 90s. There were some places out there. You go out there and you do those desert trails.
Was it the bunny ranch where it's like your parents go in and do stuff, but they put you outside on the horse to keep you busy, like Millhouse in a tent?
Kids are on the pony rides while your parents are in the. Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious. Although nowadays, not a bad business model.
That'd be great.
Times are hard.
Smart.
No, you could go out. They do those desert trail tour things like that, and I did that. And then I did. I think I did one of the horses down in the Caribbean too, where they kind of go through the ocean.
You're not helping you trying to push back at you being Florida royalty.
I'm not Florida royalty. I didn't grow up in Florida.
In Vegas and Florida and in the Caribbean.
These are not extravagant, things in life.
Some people they are. I'm lucky enough to
riding a horse. You could do that anywhere.
Yeah, well.
In Vegas, I wanted to do it because I wanted to see the desert stuff. I'm not privy to desert culture and desert life. So they had this opportunity. I said, yeah, I'd like to go do that. And you go out for a few hours with, the tour guide and everything. You're on a horse. You go see the desert. You see red rocks and
that's true.
Cacti. And
were you up in Sedona?
I don't remember where it was.
If it was red rocks, it was probably Sedona.
I'll have to take a look. Hold on a second. I'm not going to win this, am I? Andy's saying horses, ATVs, not a huge jump to speedboat. Nagel, tell the truth. Oh, all right. That's hilarious.
Cigar boats.
God damn.
Fucking drug runner.
All right. I got to stop sharing my life then.
No, please keep going with that. That's hilarious.
Anyway, where this was stemming from is that I had an idea that we can do a contest. And it was to show us the most depressing place, the most depressing spot of where you live. And I'm not talking about going and you're seeing, like dilapidated housing, or like a landfill or something like that. Right. I'm talking about this is the Taco Bell that the young people hang out on a Friday night in the parking lot, but you see nothing else near the Taco Bell, like it's open field or wherever. Right. Those kind of isolated, depressed, something almost as if we would see in the AI horror games. You know,
we're calling it Garbage America. Your travels through the continental 50 states.
So we'll figure out the concept, like the specifics of it, but it's something like that. Show us something plain, bland, and drab, if you will. Of a snapshot of your town, of your life, or whatever, where you would be sitting there and go, man, I would love to move out of here and go somewhere else. I think that would be interesting to see some of these just run of the mill, nothing going on places.
Right.
And then we could vote on it, and then we'd get them a prize.
Who lives in the worst area?
Yeah, like who lives in the most, bleak area? Oh, there we go. Bleak America. There you go.
Bleak America's good.
That's what I want to do. All right. We'll work all of that out. All right. So yes, Northern Lights. Why we didn't do the show on Thursday? I was in New York City. Had a industry get together and then a meeting, and hopefully it could lead to something. I'm not saying it is. I'm not trying to talk it up, but I talked with a few companies about what we were doing, and always great to hear from people who have been in this industry as long as I have, if not longer. And knows the excitement, know the enthusiasm that you put behind a show to develop things, to build things, to keep things going. And they tell you, and it's like, well, no one's doing that anymore. Yeah, I know. I'm well aware. Well, people aren't paying for that anymore. I'm aware. Doesn't mean that it's right. Well, people are trying to save money. Yeah, companies are trying to save money by putting out no programming, by putting out nothing of any substance, and then wondering why they're not making any money. Well, they don't have the money to pay for all that stuff. Well, maybe if you took a risk and paid some of that money, you could start to build things up again. Right? Wrong? Well, I don't know. But that's how I'm going through this. They all have bleak outputs and outlooks for a lot of this stuff here. Well, the companies just aren't paying for that stuff anymore. I know. And I'm putting it in front of everybody to make them realize they need to pay for this again. They all want these record profits. Some of these companies, yes, are not making the money they used to. But if you want to still exist down the line, you have to put in some money and time and investment in properties, in talent, in personalities in order to have any chance of existing down the line. Well, the industry is moving this way. That doesn't mean the industry's right. It's the same shit with Hollywood and movies. We're like, well, the industry's look how they've been the last several years. And they wonder why. Where did the audience go? You told half of them to fuck off.
Right.
Not one particular company, not one particular property. For the most part, all of them have. You don't like anything to do with guys. You don't like anything to do with everything's toxic. Involving men's sense of humor. All right, take a step away from men's sense of humor. Dark sense of humor. They don't want to touch that either. It has to have certain messages. Has to have certain this. Have certain that. I'm not against inclusion. I'm not against diverse. I'm not against that stuff. Where it makes sense, support it 100%. When you said, well, we need to change all of this because it doesn't match all this other stuff, and then it fails, and then they go, why didn't it make the money? Oh, the audience is the problem. You can't keep gaslighting the audience. That's why they're not there. You tell them all go away, they went away. And they still put shit out there. And then they also get surprised when something shows up and becomes a massive fucking hit. Frankenstein. We'll talk about it in segment 2. Guillermo del Toro. Should have come out in the theater. Wait, did it come out in the theaters?
They put it as a limited run because they know if they did that, they could be up for an Oscar. If it's straight to Netflix, which owned, produced, and put it out there.
Right.
If it never hit theaters for a certain amount of time, they couldn't put it up for Oscar contention.
That movie should go back out in the theaters.
100%.
Should go out in the theaters. Then you get independent movies that show up out of nowhere for a little budget and make a ton of money. Godzilla -1. Sorry. I think the budget was 10 million on that movie.
10 to 20, something around there. But it's a fraction of what some of these big budget movies are doing.
It broke 9 figures. Yeah, it broke 9 figures.
Oh yeah, it's getting a sequel and everything.
Yeah, exactly my point. Then they just announced -0 coming out. Everybody's excited. You get shit like that out there because they take chances. They don't have inflated budgets. They go back to some stuff that works. People want to see monsters. People want to see action film. They want to see really cool gun and fight scenes. It's not hard to impress at least the American audience. Give them what they want. But when you keep taking it away and telling them this is not what you want, and they're telling you it's exactly what we want, and you don't give it to them, it's all fucked up.
You know what people don't want to see?
What?
Wild horses.
Oh my God! You actually have a photo of you scared of a horse.
Correct. So yes, like I said, not a fan.
Send me that, please. I need to make it a thumbnail.
Okay.
Anyway, point of this. So I talked with these companies, and I'm saying, this is what we're doing. This is this. And they're like, really? Why? Why not? Well, people don't really do that anymore. You say that. The industry is believing their own hype, saying, well, people don't want this anymore. That's not true. They do. Now, do they want a Bubba the Love Sponge? Do they want that kind of, so hard and crude shock jock kind of programming? I don't think that to that degree, but in the area of that, if you put something a tenth of that on the regular radio right now in a major market, it'll blow up. Why? Because there's nothing out there. And they don't put that stuff out there. Now, we're not like that. I think I have a philosophy of where we're a hybrid of two different properties. But when I explained it all to them, they said, and you do all this yourself. Well, I mean, with Jordan, but the production work stuff, I do me.
Right.
Because iHeart's certainly not doing it. They carry their end of it, but they don't go an inch further than that. So had some meetings, had that gathering with industry people, made some connections. One connection we made was with an agency that represents a lot of voice talent. And I talked to them and I said, could I get on your mailing list for interviews and stuff? And they were surprised that I asked.
Is that why you were asking me about Bergman?
Yes, because I couldn't think of his name. I was rattling off names of people that we had on the show. And when I told them, then they said, you had that person on? How did you get that? And I go, this is how I did it. And like, really? I said, yeah. And this person, like, they were amazed I knew Rob Paulson. I said, I know Rob personally.
Yeah.
I don't know Maurice LaMarche that well, but I know Maurice through Rob. If I wanted Maurice, I could get him through Rob. But I know Rob. I know Billy West. I know our friend Barrett Letty, who does, who's Pokemon. He was, one of the lead actors in Pokemon. He's in a bunch of Disney properties now. He's in a bunch of video game stuff. Barrett does good. Matt Friend, who was, I haven't heard from in a while, but I knew him before he blew up. He's the one that does all the Jeff Goldblum impersonations and stuff. Which, by the way,
oh yeah, he blew up, man. Try to get him to do anything. He does red carpet interviews.
What is the acronym? What is it? AER? Some where you do the voiceovers. ADR. Yeah, he does ADRs for Goldblum properties.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if I'm
impressive.
Supposed to know that or not, but if Jeff goes out and shoots a bunch of things, whatever, and because it happens, you go on location, you shoot stuff, and the audio didn't quite hit, or something, muted it or whatever. You go back into the studio, you repeat that line with the same, you try to mimic it so they can just replace it in the mix. Sure. He does that stuff, which is a great business to be in. So anyway, I was running all these people and I was trying to think of Jeff's name, but I came to a blank and I didn't want to sit there scrolling through the YouTube channel trying to find the guy's name. But I told we had Jeff on everything. So they put us on the list. They represent a lot of people. So they said, you just want to talk to? I said, if they're going on, they got a project. It doesn't matter what it's tied to, a video game, any of those things. We love talking to the voice people. So I think that was really beneficial to us.
You know who I would love to talk to just randomly is Tom Hanks's brother. I think his name is
Hanks, the rapper?
I think it's Jim. And no, God, no, not Chet. Chet Hanks is the worst. No, his brother looks like the lesser version of a Tom Hanks. You've seen him show up in things. I just watched all of Scrubs and he was in that briefly.
He's the Clint Howard of the Hanks family.
But he is almost a sound-alike for Tom Hanks. And Tom was like, look, I'm busy. Whenever these properties want Woody from Toy Story, I just say, hey, talk to my brother. He'll do it. So every video game for Toy Story, every cartoon for Toy Story, all this stuff, any like toys that have voice work in it, none of that is Tom Hanks. It's his brother, Jim. And I'm just like, that's genius.
Yeah,
if
why
you
not?
had a sound-alike brother that could use the work, get the money, and piggyback off your celebrity, do it. That's fantastic.
And that's no, I know because people love throwing and I'll say 8 out of 10 times you're right when they're throwing around the nepotism in Hollywood is a problem kind of thing. I think in that kind of case where Tom, one, has an established career, he doesn't need to do any of this stuff anymore if he doesn't want to. But if he has project like the Disney thing is not something to scoff at. Like if they keep wanting him back, you do something with Disney.
There's another Toy Story movie coming out.
It's Disney, right?
Yeah.
But if it's like, well, we need you to do this and this and this, and you can't, if you worked out a deal and say, let me bring in my brother, let him do some of the lines here. If it's good, can I offshoot that to him so he can do my ADR and that kind of stuff, and I'll do this stuff? Yes. What a great way to use your family connection.
Sure.
To something that's not tainting Tom's work at all. In fact, it's helping.
Yeah. So we got Woodpit saying, yeah, he did the running and running football stuff in Forrest Gump. Yeah. Tom Hanks' brother voices Woody in Kingdom Hearts. Exactly.
Oh, nice.
Disney voice video games for Woody. And he's actually really talented. So yeah, Jim Hanks is one of those things where it's like, I just think that's, how it like, you're just kind of in the background. Like he just looks like an off version of Tom Hanks. Like he looks like Tom, but just slightly off.
Well,
and yeah, he's a sound alike. Perfect.
We could get Jim Hanks. I'll talk to them. I don't know if this agency I sent you the name of the company in the private thing.
Gotcha.
I don't know if they represent Jim Hanks, but I'm sure they don't. I'm sure he's with like Gersh or somebody, higher up like that. I think
that's the second time Gersh has come up in a conversation, like not a conversation, but like this week for me. And I've never heard of them until now. And it's hilarious that you brought them up because there was some story about some actress, and I don't know who the actress is. So I'm not bringing it up like widespread here, but like they just fired.
Oh, the girl from Succession,
I guess. Yeah. But she's represented by Gersh. And I was like, who the fuck is Gersh? And you just brought them up. I'm like, God, I'm out of touch.
Yeah. I was trying to think. What's the other, the other company? Gersh is Gersh. And the other one that's starts with a C. That's the other big talent agency for Hollywood stars and all that stuff. It's not CIA. It's something like that. It's like,
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Whatever. Yeah. So creative artist is another one. Thank you, Andy. There's possibilities now.
Nice.
The fact that I asked to be put on a press list for voice talent, they were like, really? Like they were surprised because they have a hard time getting their people onto things.
You should send them the interview with Jeff because like after Jeff got off the call with us, we did nothing but praise voice actors. Like we love talking to voice actors. We love the work that they put in. It is interesting, the stuff that they do. We would have spent probably another hour just talking about the things we loved hearing him voice. He did, wasn't he? He was in.
Are you sinking
Mike
in your
Tyson.
chair? It looks like you're getting lower.
I'm just probably leaning. No, I'm not sinking.
Okay.
Just shrinking on camera. But like we were talking about like Mike Tyson, what was it? What was the Mike Tyson cartoon? Oh, it's killing me.
The mysteries.
Yeah. So he was like in Mike Tyson Mysteries. We were just like going off and rattling all these things that we loved about it. And it's because voice actors, you may not know them by face, but man, that you love every property they've been in. Yeah. So I'm 100% down to talk to anyone.
Where I learned, I always loved the voiceover stuff, but where I learned that you could talk to these people was when I was a kid. There's a clip out there of David Letterman when he was late night. You see, he had Mel Blanc on the show. And he used to that was the first time I saw, he has somebody who does the voices on a show where you can talk to them, and he's doing Bugs and Porky Pig and all of that stuff that Mel Blanc was, infamous for. But then over the years, he had other people, like he had Billy West on. He had, what's his name? The guy who was Fred before he died. He was Alan.
Oh God, that's right.
You know who I'm talking about? Yeah. But
yes.
anyway, when I learned it from that, I was like, you could talk to these people. They'll come on and talk and they're fun. So whenever I started radio, if we get a chance to talk to anybody who does voice talent stuff, I love having them on. So
yeah.
Anyway, wrap that part up. Yeah. So that's a good connection. And then some of these companies we talked to, we have some meetings. Have another meeting this Wednesday. What's the 19th? Yeah, on Wednesday. I have a Zoom meeting and we'll see. I'm trying to go. Thank you, Alan Reed. Thank you very much. They're Intersect. I'm trying to go a different route to circumnavigate radio with us. So got to do what we can to move forward and get out there. So that's why I wasn't around Thursday to do all of this stuff. And then Jordan was in a different part of his state.
Yeah, I traveled down to Tucson. The company I work for, the school I work for, I'm on the online division of it. Like we have ground campuses and things like that, but I do the online stuff. And we had an in-person graduation ceremony this Saturday, yesterday. So I was down there working that. So we were going to try to do the show yesterday. I had an opportunity to kind of schmooze with the bigwigs and kind of be more face front with some of the higher ups.
That's more important.
Something. So Eric was really good about, moving it to today. So that's what we're doing on Sunday. And you know what? I'm enjoying it.
Yeah,
My team's not playing yet, so I'm good.
I went, I was like, you know what? At least I'll try to video game stream and hop on there. And I played for about 2 hours and I said, I got to go to bed. I started falling asleep. I said, I can't do this. I went to bed.
Ships hitting them rocks.
Well, no, because usually Girk's an old fuddy-duddy. So he usually has a hard out because he can't function past 11 o'clock his time.
Oh, the ambience kicking in. Good night, everybody.
He's an old person. And I was sitting there, I'm seeing the time hovering around. I go, oh my God, I'm because they kept talking about sleeping and their sleep schedules. And I'm like, stop talking about this. You're making me getting tired. And then I got to the point, I'm like, I'm out. I left. And they're like, really? And I'm like, yeah, I'm done. I'm so tired. You guys you talked me to sleep. So I went to sleep. I might hop on again tonight. The new Phasmophobia map's up there.
Oh, cool.
It's amazing. It's a diner in the middle of the desert.
Oh, see, there you go.
Like you come out of the truck, you look at the main road that's blocked off. You see tumbleweeds.
They call it Mel's.
Kind of moving in the wind.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'll give you a little bit of a spoiler. I came across something that I accidentally unlocked and then I walked out of the diner and I legit, I feel bad I wasn't streaming this because you would have heard me scream when I happened. I walked out of the diner and I see this green light. I'm like, what is that? And I'm hearing this noise. I turn around and look up and I yell, what the fuck is that? And like, I flinched. Like I screamed real loud. Look at this.
The hell?
So that's you unlock really cool. Something in the game. This thing shows up. And it's just now staring over the diner at you, and you move around the parking lot, and the head kind of turns and looks at you.
Does it do anything other than it's just there as like aesthetic? And it's just one of those things. I was hiding
for a while in the truck. I was like, if I walk in the parking lot, is this thing going to try to get me? Like I didn't know what it was doing. It was, I guess, an Easter egg.
I rarely have those video game moments that really get to me like that, but there was this one moment where I was playing BioShock Infinite, one of our favorite franchises, one of my favorite games. And
I just bought the whole thing on Steam for a big discount a few weeks ago.
I buy it like every time like I can get my hands on it. I think I had it on my Switch. I think I had it on the Xbox. Trust me, I'll probably get it on Steam again.
Right.
So I'm playing BioShock Infinite, and there's this part where I'm like in this tower or something like that. And I go in and I have to do something on a console, and I'm facing that way. There's a cutscene. Well, no big deal. Cutscene's over. I turn around, and one of those robotic George Washingtons is just right there.
Yeah.
It's not attacking me. It's not doing anything. There. It's just there. Scared the living shit out of me because I wasn't expecting it to be there. So I turn around, and all of a sudden there's George Washington's face. That's one time. And then another time I was playing Batman Arkham Asylum, and or Arkham City. I'm flying around as Batman. I'm climbing up buildings, doing all this stuff. I throw my the grappling hook up to the top of this building, and I go up. And the second I grab the side of the building, Batman pulls himself up, and right there, Man Bat, the other, bat character, is right there, screams at me, and then flies away. I have never been so terrified because it was unexpected and loud as shit. Oh, I love those kinds of moments because this is funny because it's not even like something attacking you. It's just there. And those are my moments. There. Because I can expect something to attack me. This just standing there laughing at you is fantastic with his big dumb smile. That's funny.
Irk, my teeth are dry.
Oh no.
Shut up.
My teeth.
So funny. Billy Garziano. Look at you being all Jewish. Any hidden gems you know of on Switch? I haven't played the new Switch. I didn't buy it.
I'm trying to think. I mean, obviously you got the big guys. I know Tunic is pretty good. Dave the Diver is a really fun little 8-bit fun diving game where it's like combination like fishing sim. You have to go after all these fish, but then you run a sushi shop at night and you got to try to sell all the fish. That's a really
that sounds kind of fun.
Dude, it's so fun. Octopath Traveler just put out a new one, or it's coming out with a new one, Octopath Traveler 0, which is like a prequel, which is fantastic. Yep, there's that one. I have part 1 and 2.
What is this game?
It's like a Final Fantasy 8-bit type of adventure game, but the thing is, Octopath Traveler has other characters. So like you can play as like a mage and go through the entire storyline, and then do a warrior and go through the entire storyline, but it's different because the dialogue's different and you're interacting different. So it's like 8 stories in one game that you can constantly keep playing it. Another one that would be good is Cult of the Lamb is really good. There's just another one, and I'm trying to think of the title of it.
Real quick, I don't like these games. I don't play those first-person shooter kind of games.
Yeah.
But I was opening up Steam to look for something. Right on the front page, they've got a special going on right now for Call of Duty Black Ops 7.
Don't. Game sucks.
Oh, I was just telling the audience. I know they love playing these games, but they have it here for $65.99.
Go to Game Pass if you got it. Play on there for the 4 hours. The campaign sucks. I hate every second of this game, and it just released, and I cannot not recommend it enough. There's one game that I think you might actually like. See, look at that. Don't play that game.
It's refund heavy. Really?
The story is horrible. It is the worst game of the series, and it sucks because I like the Black Ops games. Like those always have been my favorite.
Well, I'm glad. I mean, it doesn't bother me. I was never going to buy it to begin with, but wow.
Yeah. There's another one called Vampire Survivors, which is really good. It's like one of those like mob games where you're sitting around and like all these creatures are trying to kill you. You got to kill them and then you die, but then you can level up and then you go back to it. And it's one of my favorites. Vampire Survivors is
still no release date for Shark Dentist.
No, and I've been waiting. It's on my list. They just put out a new thing. Ugh.
Yeah, I have it here too. Nothing for Shark Dentist.
Yep. No, so I'll be getting Metroid. I think it's next month. It comes out in a couple weeks.
I'm going to be streaming some other horror games soon because I still have the Cabin Factory I need to play. I have Dollmare, whereas you're creating the dolls in that factory, that Japanese factory.
Yes, I remember that.
I have the Escape Simulator 2 demo. Okay. Escape Simulator 2 is coming out. What else do I have here? Oh, I told you I refunded those observation duty games, right?
No. What happened?
So they had a sale where I bought a bunch of the early ones.
Right.
And some of them were not making any fucking sense. And I said, why am I not understanding this? Like, this shouldn't be that hard to at least understand. And I go look online and there's all these videos of them trying to figure out the story. And they're saying, well, 2 was this, but 3 made no sense why they even put this out. And they're up to 8 now. And I said, I'm not going through a history of games that were fucking terrible just to follow this story. I'll just watch people either play online or the YouTube videos where they give you the lore, the stereo, the story, all of that shit in there. Not bothering with it. What else do I have here? Because we got so much other shit to talk about, but I still have my supermarket simulator. I got the power wash simulators. I still have Talos Principle 2 to play.
Yeah,
I have this this whole franchise that I bought because Giddles wanted to play it, and then he bailed and never played with me.
I think I have one version of that game too.
We were here.
Yeah, I got the free.
You can't play these games by yourself. It's a 2-person game. You need two people. So, maybe I'll buy you the others, but if we could, that's something we could do for the show. You and I can stream this together. We were here because you need 2 people to play it.
Yeah, I was going through Hollow Knight again recently because I love the sequel.
Russian Fishing 4.
I've heard of this. I think you would like it, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Russian Fishing 4. Oh, it's free. Let me see if I can bring the trailer up here. What is so good about this? Oh, I got to do it this way.
It's just chill.
Is it not playing? No, it's not.
It's just a chill fishing game.
That's it?
That's it.
Why would I play?
You're like, I'd never play this.
I would play this if there was like at night a serial killer, like Jason was trying to kill you while you're trying to fish.
Or you're just constantly getting attacked by bears.
Yeah, or some kind of
You have to fight off bears every time you catch a fish.
Yeah, something comes and tries to, drag you to your death while you're trying to fish as you're figuring out what lure and bob to use.
I do like a good fishing simulator sometimes. Because there's so many games that like do stuff that have fishing in it that suck. Like I love Stardew Valley. That's one of my other like chill games where I'll just spend days just doing nothing in. But the fishing mechanics in that game is just god awful.
There's fishing I have to do in Sea of Thieves, and I love that game, and I don't want to do the fishing. All right, this is not for me.
Big math.
I have lost any will to live and have nothing to do in my life whatsoever. if you see me streaming a fishing game.
Oh, that's so funny.
Rose is saying a ruse. I'm sorry, however you pronounce that. Eric, look at the publisher Puppet Combo. Okay. Puppet Combo gets a second. Red Dead Redemption 2 Fish is pretty fun. I gave up on Red Dead 2 so long ago. And then
did you get out of the mountain? Because I've heard a lot of people can't even get out of the first part of this game and they get pissed off. I played through that game twice.
With Red Dead 2?
I love Red Dead 2. It's long.
I got to a point where I was tired of people who would come up to me, start talking to me, and then throw things onto me to do. Like I was at a place once.
Hey, pet your horse.
Guy wanted me to go to another town or something, and take photos of 6 people, and I'd come back and he's like, "Did you get the photo?" It's like, "What photos? I didn't agree to this. They just happened to talk to you, and now all of a sudden you have assignments, and you can't kill anybody in the peace and quiet of the wilderness because all of a sudden somebody witnessed it. It's like there's no way that is possible.
You can when it's the KKK. That was a fun level.
Yeah, constantly getting harassed. I know it's called Saint Denis, but I called it St. Denis.
St. Denis, the hospital?
Yeah, and I just said, yep, no, not doing this anymore. I don't even think the voices I did for it are in this game, but like I still have my Red Dead tin camping cup.
Your tin cup?
Oh, by the way, I've answered this a lot, but because of the GTA 6 pushback, none of us are in it. Laszlo doesn't work there anymore. Laszlo left a long time ago, long before Rockstar got really, really shitty. I guess he saw some writing on the wall, whatever. He decided to leave and went out and made on his own venture, and he's working for another company now. Because people ask every now and then, have you heard from Laszlo? What is he doing? He works for another company. I'm not giving out his info, his stuff and anything. He works for another company. He's out on the West Coast. He's loving life and doing what he does. So, but yeah, we don't have any connection. Everybody besides Laszlo, everybody we knew at Rockstar has all either left, been fired, gone for some reason. Nobody we know is there anymore. So it's just not gonna happen. I mean, who knows if that's gonna happen with GTA 6, the way they keep pushing that back, and the fact that now they might be getting brought up on charges for union busting.
Mm-hmm. That's why I think they got rid of the 40 people.
Yeah, well, the ones over in Europe are, I think, harsher than the ones in the United States, because there's the problems.
Lord Palmerstein.
Yeah. Anyway, why did we talk video games? What brought this up?
Someone was asking.
Oh, okay.
And just came up. I had a few. I play my Switch all the time. Another game that I really love that I'll spend hours on is Hades. The sequel's good, not as great, but like Hades, the first game is fantastic.
I don't think I've ever played that.
That one might be one of those frustrating games for you, because it's one of those ones where it's like you play through and you die and then you go right back to the beginning. But then you kind of open up new ways to do things. You open up new powers to do things. So it's like pushing as far as you can and then starting over.
Right.
And I love those kinds of games, but yeah. So
I want to make a mention. Last week was it last week? Yeah, it was last week. Veterans Day. Or was it this past Tuesday?
This past Tuesday.
This past Tuesday, Veterans Day. So I was looking for some stuff. I'm like, I want to, big supporter of those who have served, those who are no longer with us who have served, and those who currently serve. And I was looking for something like, what could we play for Veterans Day that wouldn't be kind of schlocky or generic, something that had some kind of life to it. So there is a highway. I don't remember what state this is in, but it's I-40. And if you drive, how like if you're on the highway and they have those ridges on the side of the road to wake you up, basically like you were kind of dozing off and going to swerve off the highway.
Yeah.
Well, they set the grooves in this highway
nice
to do something very specific. Take a look at this.
So that is I-40 near Arlene Ermy Avenue. It's in Palmdale, California.
Okay.
Like you said, it's the Marine hymn. It's actually honoring Arlie Ermy, who was a Marine veteran, but also, what was his name? Sergeant Hartman in Full Metal Jacket. Mm-hmm. So that's awesome.
I love how he's one of the few people the real name, but don't know the character's name. Everybody usually would I'm not saying you, but everybody would remember a character's name and not remember the actor's name that portrayed that.
Because I couldn't tell you, other than like he was their coach, who his name was in Saving Silverman.
I don't know.
Yes, right?
Exactly. We had
Hildebrand.
We had Arlie Ermy on a few times. I have one of his challenge coins somewhere.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I gotta. Really cool. You know what? I have it. I'll go in the vault. I'm gonna put it. Not that anybody say, but I'll put it on display over there.
What's cool about?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, what's cool about this actual highway is that it's in Palmdale. The speed limit's 55. So if you're going 55 and you hit it, it's not gonna sound the same. You have to hit it right at 45 miles an hour. And you play.
Or else you're gonna see some serious shit.
Well, where we're going, we don't need roads, Eric.
Well, apparently you do. In order to hear the Marine hymn, you need the roads.
Damn it. We're doing it wrong.
But anyway, so yeah, I found that and I was like, that's really cool. So
yeah, he was definitely funny in Saving Silverman.
I love Saving Silverman. Don't I have that? Oh, it might not be loaded. I have it isolated. I don't have it in there where it goes, this love story is going to have a happy ending if Neil Diamond has anything to do with it. I love that movie. So good. So anyway, yes, much support and love to the veterans of these United States. It was also great too seeing the amount of restaurants and stores that were publicly putting out there, come to our store if you're a veteran for these services.
Mm-hmm.
So many restaurants were giving veterans for food for free.
That's really cool.
Like full breakfasts and lunch and stuff. Other places were doing car washes, not tire changes, like
oil changes.
Yeah, stuff like those kind of things, filling your tire, all of that stuff. Putting out there, if you're a veteran, you come here, you show your stuff. I have a grandfather who was in World War II, South Pacific. Remember the second Band of Brothers?
A production of, not the actual area. His grandfather was part of the USO and would just perform South Pacific for our boys in blue.
Oh my God, that's all right. I'm gonna pitch that idea. Thanksgiving's coming up, and I'm gonna see the rest of the family. It's like, what if he was lying to us the whole time? He really was just in a production. He
was literally in South Pacific.
But you know, the second Band of Brothers, it's the one that everyone doesn't usually talk about.
Yeah, right? I like that one.
But it was dealing with the Pacific. But apparently that was pretty close to what he was dealing with during World War II.
That's cool.
So that particular series, he was a guy that never talked about, like, we knew very little. We knew what we had to, and we knew through government stuff because of his healthcare and other things like that. They would get his benefits, all that stuff. We knew certain things, but there was a lot of stuff he would never talk to. He would never talk to the family about. When he met other Marines, he talked to some stuff for them, and even they wouldn't tell us. They're like, he didn't want to talk about it, so they honored that too. Like, it's amazingly sweet and impressive how they all act when it comes to that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, Marine. So I always thought, like, well, you know how you see the Navy guys, the old Navy veterans, they walk around with their like that trucker hat, kind of the mesh hat that has their ship information on the front. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, if he was in the Pacific, he was on a ship and he was all this stuff. Like, does he have any of that stuff? He never wore any of it.
That's great. I was going to say,
I was thinking about maybe looking up if I could dig through some stuff and finding it, because there's got to be a place you can order that stuff.
Oh, sure.
And if I can provide the official paperwork or whatever, and like, I'd like to get some replica hats or whatever and put one on display, or
that would be really cool.
Something like that.
I did see, I think the last living survivor of the USS Arizona just passed recently, the last couple weeks. And I was thinking about this the other day, where we're so far removed from World War II now, there can't possibly be a lot of survivors. And I think we've talked about it before, where it's like there's going to be a point in our lives where there are going to be nobodies to physically tell those stories. It's going to be the hand-me-down stories that we're getting, and it's like, we're getting that point now where, you got your Vietnam vets and Korean vets and stuff like that. So it's when you're sitting there lonely at night drinking, you start to realize you're getting old and life is passing you by. These things kind of make you depressed, because we grew up knowing World War II vets and things like that. Now they're getting few and far between.
So let's see. Last year of World War II was 1945. So let's just say bare minimum, you were 18.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Recruitment age, it was 18 back then still?
Yeah,
right?
Give or take.
So 1945. Up to 2000, that's 55 years. Add another 25. So
most World War II veterans are going to be late 80s if we're lucky, but mid 90s.
Yeah. So safe to say within the next decade, they'll all be gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's something to think about.
Well, happy Veterans Day, everybody.
No, I'm. It's not depressing. I mean, it is depressing in a way, but it's also impressive that when you think about everything that they did for the country, for the planet, and all of that shit.
Anyway, right now, there's less than 100,000 World War II vets alive in the U.S.
Yeah,
less than 100,000. Yeah.
Jeez. God bless
crazy,
them
right?
all, man. Anyway, so yeah, I thought that would be kind of cool.
But yeah, I was seeing that too, where a lot of restaurants were doing that. I didn't see a lot of like pushback with that stuff, which is really good to see. I did see a couple stories over on Twitter with a couple of veterans saying, look, I went to my local, Texas Roadhouse and it was busy and everyone was there trying to get their free meal and stuff like that. So we left, but we went to another place. They took care of us. Someone bought our bill. It was just, it was a great way to honor. So, I mean, not a lot of bad stories coming out from that, which is, one of those things where you can get a lot of pushback. Some people don't favor the military right now. I really honestly don't like what's going on with this whole Department of Defense, Department of War thing. I think it's just posturing, but
that's not even the military's fault.
It's not. No, and that's the thing.
Military's problem now, but it's not their fault. This is those in charge who are just rebranding things.
Yeah, for billions of dollars.
Whoopit said, my grandfather was 17, would be 98 now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm guessing your grandfather is not with us. If I'm from what the impression I'm getting of how you're saying that. His grandfather too was in Guadalcanal. Wow. That's interesting. I never really cared much about the war stuff. Like I was never big on World War II and any of those things growing up, the History Channel, all that shit. But as you get older, for some reason, something clicks in your brain and you start looking in and watching and reading things that it's like, I wouldn't have read this 20 years ago. I wouldn't have cared.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden you're doing all of that stuff.
It's sad to say that I think I probably learned more about World War II and its surrounding battles and our history with it more from video games than I would say in high school.
Right.
You get the overarching, this is what happened. The Nazis are bad. Hitler sucked and we won, but you really dive into some of the lesser known battles, all those things when you've got a video game company making like the Battlefields, even Call of Duty, the World War II versions, or they even had some of those other like Medal of Honor games. Like you didn't know about a lot of those things. Like there's an actual, I think World War I game that I really, really liked. And it was like a side scrolling cartoon game. And it just taught me more about World War I than I ever thought of.
Right.
And so like those kinds of things is how I started kind of getting more into wanting to watch more things. I mean, I think Peter Jackson did a World War I movie documentary where he took old existing footage, cleaned it up,
and colored it up. Yeah,
colored it up.
It's called 1917, right?
Yeah. Oh no. This was like a documentary. 1917 was a movie, I think by.
I thought that was his movie too.
No. So it's
look it up.
Yeah. So, but he did one, and it was just like footage of it, and I saw that in the theater, and it was crazy. Oh, and Intersect actually told me the game that I was thinking of, Valiant Hearts. That is one of the rare games that actually made me cry.
Sam Mendes.
I sat there and just like, oh.
Sam Mendes made
1917.
1917.
But yeah, video games, man. It's how I started really kind of getting into it. Which is kind of weird to say.
I didn't get a chance to read it. I had it up there. James Smith in the chat. My father joined at 16 in 1942. I'm 56. Those men are deeply missed. I agree with you. And much love to your family and what have you. Chip and Sips. I watched World War II documentaries in winter, especially about the final battles between Germany and Russia. Damsel Noir in the chat. 20 years ago, you were a self-centered punk. Now you're an adult man. I guess that is. I guess your whole mindset changes on a lot of that stuff. Because one day you just sit down and you go, let me just check this out. And then all of a sudden you're going down a wormhole of all this stuff. It's like, I never would have given a shit about this stuff a long time ago. And now I'm fascinated by it. I watch a lot of those documentaries on the history of countries that I know really nothing past the modern era. And by the modern era, I'll say World War II up to now, right? Mm-hmm. There's a thing on Netflix, I forgot, I got to go back and finish watching, about the history of Russia, about the Romanov family. And then that whole thing there. And I was like, this is amazing. Like, how did Russia go from like desolate farm people to all of a sudden a global superpower? And just by like a coup, wiping out the royal family and then building up, through Marxism and communism. And now all of a sudden they're going toe to toe with us. So I got
all Eric's Russian lore comes from the cartoon Anastasia with John Cusack.
Also, Marvel movies.
Right. Like, oh.
Anyway, so what else did I have to talk about? Some notes from last week. Oh, people enjoyed the Texas Cowboy reviewing kids' cartoon shows. Did you enjoy that?
That was pretty funny.
Well, we have two more.
Fucking Caillou.
And I'll see, maybe somewhere down the line we'll have him on here too. People enjoy that, so I went and I got two more of the Texas Cowboy reviewing kids' cartoon shows.
Right, y'all. Today I'm going to be trying not to rage at Arthur, which is going to be easy because it's one of my favorite childhood shows.
You don't love me. You wish I wasn't even born.
Shut the fuck up, DW! Alright, y'all. Today I'm going to be seeing how long I could last without raging at Daniel Tiger. This is going to be difficult because Daniel is a stupid fucking pussy.
It's really bright in here.
Fuck you, Daniel! Invest in a pair of sunglasses, you dumb bitch!
He really has a problem with kids' cartoon shows.
I don't know what his problem is with Daniel Tiger, though. Like, I actually really enjoyed Daniel Tiger when my kids were into it.
My kid is really into it right now. She's watching it through the PBS app on her iPad. She's all about this thing. She came up to me the other day and she goes, "Who is this?" And in certain episodes, they have like a four square on the screen. The lower right-hand side is Mr. Rogers. And she goes, "Who is this?" And I said, "Oh, that's Mr. Rogers. What does he do?" I said, "Well, you know this song that Daniel sings and his friends sing? Yeah. He wrote that song." "He did?" "Yeah, that's his song that he let Daniel have. And he did this whole show about being a kid and what it's like to be a kid." And she's singing that not only the Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, but he had a couple other songs too. She's going around singing these songs now. Between that and K-pop Demon Hunter. Oh, wait, that's not what she calls it.
I forget what she called it because she said it to me the other day and it didn't sound like K-pop Demon Hunter, but it kind of did at the same time. It was weird.
Oh, Kayman Papa Demon Hunter.
There it is. Yep.
So we're in the car and that song comes on. And I didn't know this was from K-pop Demon Hunter. It's a song called Golden.
It's their biggest hit.
So she's belting out the chorus and I'm at a light and I turn around and go, "You know this song?" "Yeah." I'm like, where do you know this song from?" And she goes, "It's Kayman Papa Demon Hunter." And I said, "You don't like that." "Yes, I do." Now, I told a story a few weeks ago. She came in, she had access to iTunes on her iPad, found the song, and she goes, "I don't like this. This is scary." And I'm looking because I'm thinking she's watching it.
Right.
No, she's looking at she's playing the samples through iTunes and it has the graphic there, right? And I was like, "You don't have to look at them. You're playing the music. I'm amazed you found the iTunes." I thought that was the end of it. Then that happened in the car that she loves this song. She plays it all the time. She wants to, and I told her, she asked like, do they have a TV show or are they going to make a TV show or a movie about Kayman Papa Demon Hunters? And I said, "They have a movie. It's on Netflix if you want to watch it." She's like, "Really?" "Yeah." She wanted to watch it that night. So I set it up. Well, there was a scene at the beginning. I guess they're on an airplane and they're eating. Is ramen noodles a big thing with this show?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because they're all
to
just
the point where one of my favorite ramen brands that I get
Right.
actually did versions of them. So I actually have them downstairs where they have like the characters on the ramen. I mean, that is a good ska band.
Yeah. So they always seem to be sitting around with cups with their names on them, that they're eating ramen all the time. So I'm like, all right, they're on a plane and there's this lady who's like a stewardess, kind of fidgety, asking if they want coffee or something. I walk into the kitchen and then later her mom's like, "I don't know about her watching this." "Why?" And she goes, "The demons." And I go, "That's kind of the thing."
It's in the title
with this. And she goes, "Yeah, but they're on a plane." And so I didn't know what happened. I didn't see the scene. I walk out into the living room and they were just like falling to the ground or whatever. I'm like, "Is she having a problem that they fell out of the plane?" She goes, "No." Then I'm like, "Then leave her alone." So I guess, and I talked to Jordan and I'm explaining this. He goes, oh yeah, everybody on that plane turned out to be a demon in disguise. Okay, I didn't know. Kid comes later and she goes, I don't want to watch this anymore. Is it too scary? No, she didn't like some of the songs that they were singing.
She just wants the hits.
And I go, were they too scary? She goes, no, I don't like them. So she got about a quarter of the way into the movie, didn't want to watch it because is it like a musical through the whole thing?
Yeah, so there's songs all throughout. So I mean, it's an actual story, but then like, you know, you get the Saja Boys who comes in, it's the demon boy band that come in. They sing their song Soda Pop, which I fucking can't stand. And then yes, you know, it's just like any Disney cartoon. You know, you're gonna have your story, but then you'll hit the big hits, and then the movie ends with a big song and dance, and everyone's happy.
All right, she
just wants the hits.
She likes the purple hair girl named
Rumi.
Raymond. Oh, Rumi.
Mm-hmm.
She loves Rumi. Loves the song. Didn't like that they didn't do the song right away, I guess.
No.
And I'll try to revisit this. She has zero patience right now.
Yeah.
For a lot
Which,
of
knowing this, I think you made a good choice not doing the Gabby's Dollhouse in the theater.
Yeah. So, well, Gabby's got a new season coming out this week that I've been reminded every day. Is it Monday? No, it's not Monday because she knows Monday there's a new season of Gabby coming out. So Kayman Papa Demon Hunter is her thing. She sings that golden song all the time. Yeah. All the time. And there's another song starting to creep in. I can't even tell you what it is. I just know she said it's from that movie, but there's a second song that she's singing. That other one's on the radio a lot.
Takedown. Golden's the big one. Golden's the one that I think going to be up for like some awards and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, like those. Like to see the Texas Cowboy do Cayman Papa Demon Hunter. See what it is. And just him going, what? And then it just ends.
That would be pretty funny. Before we move on, I did want to share this. Tom sent me something that I thought was prevalent to our World War II speak. He sent a picture of a nice little scroll here, and it says a scroll commemorates Sergeant A. Stephen or Stephen, I don't know, Royal Air Force, held in honor spelled the Canadian way. So I mean, as one who served king and country in the World War of 1939 to 1945 and gave his life to save mankind from tyranny, may his sacrifice help to bring the peace and freedom for which he died. That's actually really cool.
That is very cool.
Yeah, that's definitely something you preserve. You keep safe. That's cool. I know we joke a lot about you being in the Great White North, and that will continue. But thanks for sharing that.
Very nice.
That's cool.
All right, moving on. If you're in the live room there, if you haven't already, please click the like button. Or if you're in the Twitch or the YouTube rooms, it does help us out. We would appreciate that. I have a few options here for you. Off the top of my list here of stuff that we have to go through. I want to give a shout out to Dave Landau and Quarter Black Garrett. Just all of a sudden had to end Normal World on the.
I was going to ask you about that because I saw Anthony even mentioned it on Twitter. When I saw it, I was like, "What the fuck's going on?" I forgot to reach out to you about it. But.
So here's what happened. So I got Dave reached out, and I was talking to him, and it's like, "What happened?" He didn't give me many details, but Blaze made some very vast cuts.
Very cool.
And one of their biggest shows outside of Glenn Beck is Alex Stein. Whether you like him or you hate him, he gets a lot of attention, a lot of views. They scrapped his whole show. Primetime Alex Stein is gone. They also cut Normal World and a few other things that I don't even know the names of, and they probably didn't matter. But
which you've been a guest on a few times.
I guested on, I filled in. I was co-hosting for Dave a few times.
We had Dave on the show
a
couple months back when he was doing some stand-up. I mean, it's been crazy.
So yeah, this was very abrupt. They finished this week, and then he asked if I would do a video for saying goodbye and what have you. And I said, great. I'm going to turn this and use their network for getting rid of my friend's show as a blatant advertisement for our show.
Sure.
And where we can come and get that. So I pieced together the last two episodes where he makes the announcement and features some of the goodbye videos from people that we know and have had that are friends to this show. Let's take a look.
News story in tonight's show. Thursday night will be the last episode of Normal World.
That's true.
Yes. It was not our decision, but we've come to terms with it. I worked pretty hard on this, and I'm going to miss it. But right now, we could be doing stuff in the future with Blaze. We're not really sure. It's all up in the air right now. I left a show to do this, and I left a few, this was harder on my family and things that, and a lot of people sacrificed for this. And I do honestly want to say thank you very much to the people that supported this. And I want to say there were so many people that came onto the show that did a great job, and I want to give them some acknowledgement, and they were nice enough to put together a few videos and say farewell. So here are some of our favorite guests.
Hey, it's your old pal, Dr. Steve, and as the curtain falls on Normal World, and frankly on the world itself, I wanted to take a moment to say thank you. Yes, thank you for making me buy a $10,000 broadcast quality video camera and then tell me, oh, well, we're hanging it up. And thank you for telling me, oh, doing these for free is temporary. We'll get you paid someday. Oops. But more than anything, thank you for your friendship and all the laughs. I don't actually care about any of that other shit. You gave me a platform to finally answer the big questions that keep America up at night. What's the worst way to die? Is squirting real? And the perennial classic, the hell is a penis fracture? You flew me out to see the only total eclipse of the sun I will ever see and pretended I was an expert who should be listened to. You put me in your year-end blooper reel, for fuck's sake, and let me interview movie serial killers. This was a gift I did not deserve and one I will never forget. I want to thank the brilliant, courageous, and very easily nauseated staff. Angela, Sam, Bryce, Kayla, Matt, and the lovely and heavy-breasted Derek Richards. You people are true heroes, and not just for cleaning up the digital splooge left over from my segments. And finally, to the co-host, Quarter Black Garrett. Garrett, you're living proof that even when surrounded by the most disgusting medical oddities, secretions, and gross body parts, you can still be the least appealing thing in the room. Enjoy your retirement and give my regards to Gary.
That hurt.
All of you, most of you, will land on your feet, and I hope I'll see you in the future, somewhere less normal. Oh, and hey, Crowder, it was Angela who stunk up the bathroom that day. I just wanted you to know.
Hey guys, it's your old pal Eric Nagel here, and look at this. I'm doing my own lower thirds because you have all those budget cuts. I didn't think there'd be anybody else left around to get any of the work done, so I figured I'd help you out and do it all myself. I'm sorry that this is happening to you. From what I understand, Glenn Beck just bought the set from Small Wonder, so he needed to clear out some space for the bedroom and the storage cabinet for the Vicky robot, which comes with the actual Vicky robot. So I think he made the right call with all of this. Anyway, Dave, you know how I feel about you. We've worked together for many, many years. You were kind enough to have me as a guest on your show here several times, even allowing me to guest host for you while you were out on the road doing comedy dates. Garrett, I've always been a supporter, always been a fan. Love your work here. I love your stuff over at Nerdrotic, Friday Night Tights, everything that you do. And one of the best parts about this is not having to come to Texas. And every time that I go over to Kroger's, walking into that cereal aisle, I see Angela openly weeping, holding 2 boxes of cereal in her hand, slowly pouring one at a time over her head. I don't know what that's about, but after the 4th time witnessing it, you stop asking questions and you avoid the aisle altogether. Guys, again, love your show. Thank you very much for having me on here. I'm sorry that it's happening. It also could be just a budget decision. You know, it's either they have you or they have to make space for the ready hour food buckets. And if that's the case, I think they're making the right call. They do a lot of best of luck to you in your future endeavors.
Hi, Normal World. It's Carl from Who Are These Podcasts. I had such a blast being on your show. Dave, Garrett, Angela, I'm such a huge fan. I can't wait to see how the show continues to evolve over the next decade.
I love that too.
That's good. That is pretty good.
So
that's a bummer.
It sucks that their show's done, but
however, I think you are right about the the new set being brought in. So
well, he has 2 other television sets.
I know. Every time you told me about it,
one of them,
like what he's got. I'm like,
one of them, he's got the set from All in the Family.
Yeah,
I forgot what the other TV show is that he has. The set from, but he has the set of All in the Family, and he has one of the Archie chairs, not the famous one that's in the Smithsonian, but he has an Archie chair and an Edith chair. I think it was from if I remember what they told me correctly, it was from what was the Archie's Place, the spinoff. Whenever they would show the house, they had other chairs there, and they were replica versions of Archie and Edith's chair. He got that with the living room set. So buying the Small Wonder set for the Vicky cabinet, not far off. I mean, that's what I would do if I had hundreds of millions of dollars.
I was gonna say maybe the property itself, not so much. Maybe it would be a different one, but I could see him just buying something and needing the space.
If I won the Powerball, one of the things I'll add to my list is I'll buy the bedroom set from Clarissa Explains It All, and I'll just hang by that window, and then Jordan will just hang from the tree. You know, what was her friend that used to crawl into her room and not have sex with her?
I don't know. I never really got into Clarissa.
Oh, there was Ferguson, her redhead brother, and then she had some boy/friend that would climb up the tree and hop in her window all the time, and they'd never do anything. Not even an episode of Heavy Petting. It was very distraught. But that's what I would buy. I'd buy something like that to have at home. Sam, yes, there it is. Mary's Fiber Creations. If that's your business, please go and support. Yes, Sam. That's what I would do. That would be a great promotional photo. If I'm just sitting there and I have the one knee up wearing white Keds, holding my legs there, and Jordan's just popping in through the window. Great promotional photo.
That would be pretty good.
So, Godspeed to the normal world. Where do you want to go next here? If you're in the room, by the way, hit like, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Hit like on the video. Do you want to do some Godzilla or some accidental sex stuff?
Accidental sex stuff.
Okay. Well, tell the audience what this is, Jordan.
So there's been this trend where we find products, we find commercials, we find whatever it is that doesn't initially start off as either blatantly sexual or somewhat sexual.
Right.
And we, of course, isolate that and bring it to the show and created an entire folder of certain things we've had in light of the pickle sandwich. We've got a review of the...
pickle sandwich. Here we
the
go.
Jimmy John's pickle sandwich.
Whoop, wait. It's splitting channels. Try it again.
It's so hard. It's so huge. And you can't get your mouth around it. It's too much.
Yes.
One of my favorites, the overnight oats. That was a good one.
Oats. Here we go.
Cream pie. Trust me, you need this in your box.
So those are some examples of those unintentional, sexually explicit, innocuous commercials. So I'm excited to hear what you got now.
Here.
He's trying to enter from the backside.
Is that one?
It's a little prick one.
Yeah, then you can spit it out if you wanted.
There you go. Oh, no, that was
that was not.
That was Tonelli.
Right in the wood.
I have never been creamed on like this before.
That's a new one.
Right. So things along those
recently
lines. Like Jello's Jiggle These Jigglers. I'm
not quite sure how something that's just a little tiny prick can be so powerful in so many different ways.
So yes, you get the idea.
Right. So I came across a couple other things. One, this made the rounds years ago. This is an old food influencer, if you will, chef. This was a hold on a second. How did cream pie in my box get accidentally said? Well, there's this company called Overnight Oats, and they were talking about some of their customer favorite flavors. I think I have the longer version. Hold on.
What they do is they would film videos of someone making an order, and you can order like 3 or 4 different flavors. So what they'll do is they'll get their box, they'll go through their warehouse, and they'll be like, "Oh, this customer got blueberries and cream. We're gonna stick them here." And then
then it came out like this.
You need this in your box.
Nope, that's the short. Oh, that's the shorter one.
That was the long version.
The longer one, where she's going through all the flavors, and then she says she pulls up the cream pie one.
Cream pie. Trust me, you need this in your box.
So that's how it became an accidental sex clip. Well, this one is a lady who was known for making barbecue and other extravagant foods at home. And she put together a video making brisket. So let's check this out.
Brisket comes from Texas. You know you're a barbecue creator when your kid wants to slap your meat. Anyway, you know the drill. Base layer of Texas rodeo rub, then a nice
So
I'm already in. The best clip we've gotten.
So it starts off where it says the best brisket comes from Texas, and they're holding the meat like it's in the shrink wrap kind of thing, you know. Kid, and they just kid walks over and just spanks the thing.
The best brisket comes from Texas. You know you're a barbecue creator when your kid wants to slap your meat.
So that will get isolated to put into our system.
It's pretty good.
Now, the other one comes from a news show in one of those entertainment morning shows for a local network that my friend Sean used to host. He's starting a new job with doing new morning radio show out in Vegas this Monday. But for many years, he was the co-host of their local morning show. I don't know. I think it was an ABC affiliate. And they were doing a Halloween segment years ago. And his co-host, they're doing the old hacky thing about Halloween candies and candy corn and what have you. But it takes a turn. Take a listen to this.
Eat candy corn one color at a time if you're really getting OCD about it. Well, I'm not always a nibbler. I'm kind of a gobbler. I eat a lot of candy.
Oh my God.
All right. It goes on. But I was like, well, you know what? Isolated. That makes sense. So here we go.
I'm not always a nibbler. I'm kind of a gobbler.
There we go.
It's perfect.
So that both of those are now added into the accidental sex folder.
I almost got the gobbler at Arby's last night on the way home from Tucson. It's funny.
I think that would be. I would be curious to try it.
I had it last year when we did graduation. It was back in like October of 24, and it wasn't bad. I don't remember it being bad. So I was like trying to think of something to eat. I've been drinking, and it was like I got to eat something, drive home, and I saw that. I ended up at Wendy's, but like I saw that. And I was like, oh, should I get the gobbler? But I don't know.
You should have went to Arby's instead of Wendy's.
Well, there's something that I told you about the other day that really frustrated me, and I think I want to get some video footage before we go too deep.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Arby's has their AI drive-through.
It's a completely AI setup for driving through. Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to go back. I'll maybe order something from Arby's, get some footage, and then we can talk about AI. Maybe we'll bring it up in the AI segment. I'll try to get it when we talk to what's his face this week. And then about AI and how it serves.
I don't want to play it during that segment.
No. We'll talk about AI. We'll bring it to next week's show. But.
All right. Moving on. I'm going to show you these two because then we got to do This Week in Disasters. We're bringing that back, and then we'll get into segment 2 here for you. So apparently they do this thing. They're doing it again this year, but these are clips from last year. There's an area in Tokyo that they do this light mapping. I forgot what it's technically called. They
LiDAR?
do it
LiDAR.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
it's what
like
they do to the kingdoms in Disney, and they turn it all into a screen.
Oh no, that's something different. LiDAR is how you map space using light. So.
No. This is
gotcha. I know.
It's almost like a projection, but it's not putting a projection onto a building.
Right. It's like literally mapping it,
mapping out the cut of the building,
and crannies,
turning the whole building into the screen.
Gotcha. Right.
So they were starting to. You would think Tokyo wouldn't have a tourism issue, but apparently tourism was down since the pandemic.
Oh, really?
And that could be the show title. Last year, they started this thing where they're leaning into their strengths, and they said, what if we did a big free thing about Godzilla and have a big Tokyo festival? Now, part of this is Godzilla.
Sure.
And that's the only part I'm going to show you. The rest of it was showing you all different things involving Tokyo and Japan. So again, a big tourism thing. It was set up for free on one of their giant buildings, a giant corporate space where people were sitting out with their chairs and like blankets and things like that at night to watch this whole light show, right?
Mm-hmm.
So anything Godzilla, I'm about.
Yeah.
And especially after the announcement the last couple weeks about Godzilla -0 coming out, very excited. So was looking some stuff up on Godzilla, found these. I figured I'd bring them and we could watch them here. This is not going to do much for the radio, but sometimes we got to do things for ourselves. Let's take a look at this here. Before we get to the rest of this is the Tokyo Night and Light event at the Tokyo Metropolitan Government Building in an area of Tokyo.
Godzilla's 70th anniversary.
Godzilla. Look at this. Look how they're doing this.
See, that looks better. I was initially thought it was going to be just the 16:9 type situation.
This is just showing a little bit of history of different versions of Godzilla.
Rubber suit.
That's the 1964 one.
Was that 64 or 54?
I thought it said 64. Maybe it said
54. That's really cool.
Right? Look how awesome. I think this is 99.
Yeah. They're like, we're going to skip 54 to 99 so we don't have to have Godzilla involved in this. We're sending you to Monster Island. Don't worry, it's just a name. A lot of purple. Is this gonna be Shin Godzilla? Yeah.
I'm gonna rewatch that.
That movie's wild.
Most of that movie, if you've never seen Shin Godzilla, is just this creature thing shows up in the middle of not even fully developed Tokyo yet. It's still like kind of rural. And it just sits in the middle of that area mutating for a while. Most of the movie is just people watching this thing mutate over time. Here's -1 Godzilla.
I really enjoyed that movie a lot.
You're very low, by the way.
Oh, it's just what happens when we play videos, it goes lower. Because
Right,
you're low to me too.
Oh, okay. Look, the blades popping out of them. I would be out there in the park. I'd go to Manhattan and dance something like this. I'd sit in the middle of Times Square or Union Square just watching this.
Oh, look at all of them. That's cool.
All of them there together.
That's pretty cool.
And it's something that Godzilla seems to have figured out that other franchises. What?
Yeah, but in Manhattan, you only get the American Godzilla.
Hey, look, if it's just showing that one ripping up Madison Square Garden, I'm still fine with it. Look at that.
That's really cool. super
something
cool.
Godzilla figured out that other franchises haven't figured out. I mean, Marvel does the best job of this, but being consistent with backstory and things tying together. Godzilla can seem to show up here and there and not have to be connected to previous Godzillas.
No.
And
there's rarely any like continuity between
the
last movie and the next one.
People just like when Godzilla shows up, takes out a city, or fights whatever the next monster is. The Universal one that they're doing right now, there's a lot of backstory. Everything's tied together. They're building up. We just got the announcement that fucking what's that show coming back for the second season?
It's in segment 2, but it's Monarch.
Monarch came out, what, 3 years ago?
Give or take, yeah, 2-3 years
Why?
ago.
What took them so long?
Just getting it filmed. I mean, you got some pretty big name actors in it. You got to get everybody's, availability.
Yeah, but you're
down.
ruining any chance of making money off it when you separate things.
I think it was 2 years ago, but it still feels like it's way too long.
Right. Well, anyway, so this was part 1 of this thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
This was awesome. I want to show you part 2 here that they did. Look at this. You'll hear people. Watch this. How cool is that? Punches a hole right through the building. Look how fat it makes his legs look.
Got a thick trunk.
スーパー X 世界ワイヤーミラーを展開しゴジラに熱戦を吐かせろ了解
さすがのゴジラも熱戦が1万倍になって跳ね返されてたらひとたまりもないだね
Fuck off.
収束率 70%、100% 再挑戦。次でとどめだ。こちら転倒。やったか。スーパー X 世界避難。熱戦の威力が。
Yes, we're just watching a Godzilla.
I forgot we were doing a show.
This is just for us.
I'm just watching this happen.
Look amazing this is.
That was really cool.
Fire, the layers of the fire is
impressive.
Radiation breath. This looks almost like a ride at Universal Studios.
Right.
I'll skip ahead for the rest of it here, but the ending here is this. Mecha Godzilla. They gave him the fat legs too.
Gotta have that wide base. I love that.
Insane?
I love that. Growing up when I was living in California, they used to do marathons on like for certain holidays. So you had like Labor Day marathon. I think was usually like the Munsters. Like they would just on like Channel 5, they would play the Munsters from start to finish for 24 hours. But one of them, I think it was Memorial Day weekend, they'd always do Godzilla marathon. So I used to watch Godzilla constantly, like all the Godzilla movies, even the one where the kid goes to Monster Island, with Godzuki. Like I would watch them all, and I have loved them since. Like they are just such fun movies. I even have the Criterion set. It comes like in a giant container, and it's got literally all the Showa versions of the Godzilla films and things like that. I've got books on it and stuff. So I think I ended up ordering like a limited edition set of Godzilla -0. Right. So -1, excuse me. I've got that. I went and saw that movie in the theater twice because I wanted to see it in black and white, and I wanted to see the color version. And I gotta say, it's fantastic. Like it's just so good, and it just shows you don't need a lot of money to make something entertaining.
I think I saw a -1 in color first, and then went back and watched the black and white one. And yeah, you're right, both fantastic. In fact, the black and white one makes that early beach scene, that beach scene with the watchtower there, yeah, much scarier because of the shadowing. You don't see a lot of the stuff that you do in the black. Yeah, exactly. Over there, one of the few Godzilla things I have, but one over there is the Funko Godzilla. The big, and he's holding up the Stargate because he can. He's Godzilla. I'll allow it.
Well, Kurt Russell, he is in Monarch, so it fits.
Yeah. Billy Garziano in the chat saying, did you see how much Godzilla for PS4 is going for? It became rare and it's $300. I was not aware of that. Chip and Sips, was the Rampage the movie any good? No. That's the one with The Rock, right?
It sucked. It was terrible.
Yeah, that was terrible. Intersect saying the legendary Monsterverse, which is only licensed by Toho, not made by them.
Right.
Yeah, but I know they're different companies making different Godzilla movies, but I'm saying Godzilla can start off anywhere, and it's okay that you don't have consistent backstory with Godzilla. I mean, look at Shin Godzilla. Shin Godzilla is not the proper Godzilla story, but it works. It's a different telling of Godzilla, the mythos of Godzilla. And Godzilla doesn't have a laser in his tail like he does in Shin Godzilla. So,
nope.
Yeah. There was something I saw. Somebody was complaining about the Netflix Godzilla thing.
Oh, that you can't get it. On actual like physical media.
I do love that one. Oh, there it is. It was Intersect. Big Godzilla fan. It drives me nuts. I can't get the Netflix animated series and Monarch on DVD or Blu-ray.
Well, there was a few of them. Godzilla Planet of Monsters and then Godzilla the Planet Eater. Both of them super good.
Wait, for the Netflix thing? Is that the one that I watched?
It was like 2017 and 2018. Around there.
Because I was watching it. It was all in Japanese. the animated one that I was watching. Hold on. This is great to do on the air.
Yeah, no, Planet of Monsters is one where they were trying to recolonize Earth after like 20,000 years or so. That was good.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. All right. I'll have to go back to the Netflix thing. There's got to be ways you can do it illegally now. I'm not usually a proponent for saying that stuff, but I'm sure there's ways you can get it and burn your own DVDs of it and have it or save it on a hard drive or something.
See, me and Intersector are going to be friends here. Shin Ultraman and Shin Kamen Rider. He still needs to get those. I
don't know what Kamen Rider is.
It's kind of like think of like Ultraman and like like the Power Rangers, those kinds of like shows, movies, things like that, where someone's in a suit doing crazy fun stunts and things like that. That's Kamen Rider. Ultraman obviously is one of those, aliens. The alien guy takes over to fight monsters, giant like Power Ranger. I have steelbooks of all of them except for I think the most recent one that I didn't buy yet. But I love the Ultraman series. Like they're super fun. It's like the precursor to, well, probably not the precursor because it came out like in the I think late 50s, early 60s. But it's just a part of like that whole monster atomic age, Japan kind of thing. I love that kind of stuff.
There was a Godzilla movie I saw in the movie theater that
Matthew Broderick.
I think it was a Godzilla movie that I was watching. I go, this is so terrible that if Godzilla wasn't
Godzilla 2000.
Is that what it was? Something with an alien ship?
I guarantee it was Godzilla 2000.
Was it let me see. Was there something about an alien ship that was like kind of hugging a building?
I don't remember. Oh yeah. No, that's Godzilla 2000. It's with the alien and the UFO and yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that was the one I saw in the theater.
Oh yeah, it's horrible.
Oh my God, this is so fucking terrible. Oh wait, all right, Chips and Sips. I saw Godzilla 2000 while tripping on acid when he rose from the lake and broke the dock was amazing. All right, that part was cool. But there is a part where it's just in the city and it shows this ship hovering around a building and it has like these translucent like testicles.
That's right. No, you got it. You had it right the first time.
Translucent testicles might be
Godzilla swinging his testicles around.
No, it had some kind of translucent tentacles that were going around this kind of building, and it was like taking the energy from the building or something. It was just fucking ridiculous. Nice.
Ice Cube kept yelling at his computer screen to get this testicles off his building. No, stop, go.
It's pretty fun.
You
want to do something we haven't done in a while?
Sure, let's do it.
With everything that has been going on, I didn't think we'd ever bring this segment back.
It's just sometimes it's hard to keep up. There's just too much going on.
There was too many disasters. And then some of the disasters were just so gruesome. You're like, we can't even.
It's not even nice
present this in an entertaining way. But some things have been going on, and I've been noticing another trend, which we're going to get to in this video package I put together. Of something we saw happening for a while, and it seems to be one area of the country that is constantly doing this. That makes a return. But for this week in disasters, it's not just stuff that happened this week. It's stuff that happened the last several weeks because we haven't done this bit in a long, long time. First, we're going to start off with, I think, one of the more visually impressive yet horrific disasters we've seen in a while was that UPS flight.
Yes, like
that
2 weeks ago.
Right? All right, bring this up. So look at this thing.
Jesus.
In Louisville, Kentucky, it just skims the rooftops of these buildings and turns into a big fireball.
Flaming ball.
Right. People come running out of it looks like a tire factory. over there on the right.
Yeah.
And this is just some truck's dash cam that happened to be catching the plane as it was heading down. And of course, it's steering away from where the actual stuff is.
Gee, look at that.
Look how.
It just like cuts through a power line with its wing.
It's like a made for TV movie.
Yeah, that does not look real. And if I know anything from anything, those tires are going to be burning for years.
I know. Been covering from 1965 all the way up to today. Still going strong. But yeah, I mean, the fact how low that thing.
I couldn't imagine you're in that building and that's the sound that you would hear.
Just the roof being ripped off by an airplane.
Whoa.
Go back
That's
again.
wild.
This was a second camera view of all right, where is it? It's coming up. This looks like the second camera view looks like a closed circuit television, like a security camera.
This guy was like, I don't even care if people are behind me. I'm getting the fuck out.
He's like, I'm going home. I got a 3-day weekend happening here. Yeah, so I paused it right here, but you see the trail. The plane's still intact, by the way.
For now.
While this fire trail is right behind it.
That is wild.
That thing is crazy. Guy comes running out of another business right next to it.
¡Oh, my God! ¡Corre para atrás, papi! ¿Viste? Te lo estoy diciendo. Dios mío.
More dash cam footage. By the way, all this foreign language.
I gotta say,
Kentucky.
Look, I'm as inclusive as inclusive can be, but the two things of footage you've shown have no Louisville, Kentucky accents whatsoever.
Exactly.
Oh.
So look at this thing skidding down. This is from the airport, or is that an airport? Yeah, it is. It was trying to land, just overshot everything.
Jesus.
That is a
well beyond the airport, down into this industrial
area. Trail of where it just lit everything up and crashed fully.
And this is helicopter footage. Look how long this fire trail is.
Wild.
Flames that are down there, which most obviously is Jet A.
Fitting with Godzilla's face kind of creeping up over this right there. See that on the screen?
Yeah.
This major fire. It's caused these other buildings on fire down here.
So yeah, that UPS flight was one of the more horrific crashes we've seen in a long time, and the fact that it was so documented, it wasn't an after the fact, looking at the debris and the crash site from an aerial view. You've got dash cams, you've got security cams, you got everything covered on this.
Yeah, just to give you an idea, the airport is completely shut down for commercial aviation right now. Just to give you an idea, just to the right is Scott.
All right, I don't need to hear old timer. It's like finally, from local traffic reports, he's got some, national attention.
It's like that weather guy at one time when the tornado was or hurricane was running through.
Right. Jeez. I mean, look, yes, horrific is right. Big Red Tower here. I avoid the news. This is the first time I saw any motion clips of pretty horrific.
It's pretty crazy.
Impressive. Horrific, yes, but also impressive when you look at that. I mean, look at that. That's got to just be jet fuel everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Ugh, it's wild.
So many Christmas presents going undelivered. Also, people probably were hurt, but
sure.
Yeah.
But mainly the presents.
Yeah, mainly. It's always usually about the presents. Sorry, I thought I trimmed this a little.
I haven't seen an airline disaster involving UPS that was so bad since the movie Castaway.
Right.
Bring it back to Tom Hanks.
Okay. Train crashes.
Those are always my favorite.
Train crashes are always usually interesting because here's the thing with train crashes. Usually, not saying all the time, but usually nobody dies. People do get hurt, which is not good. but it's always people like their truck stalls somewhere. They run out of the cab of their truck, and as they're running away, the train plows through the truck, and it becomes comical at that point, right? So this one took place in October 30th in the Netherlands. And the clip that was going around is just seeing the train smash into this thing. I found surveillance footage.
Nice.
And chopped it down a little bit, but you get the bigger picture of what all this is here. So the truck's coming up over the train tracks, gets to the intersection. Like, it cleared the tracks. Look. And for some reason, it starts to back up.
I wonder if there's a turn there that it couldn't quite make, so it has to, because look, it's backing out at an angle.
Right, but at that point, if he went up there and there was a light that he blew through or whatever, you just keep going. It's more of a safety hazard to stop there at the light than to keep going. But as the truck's backing up, look at it now.
Yeah.
The safety arms are coming down to block this. So now the truck is caught on both sides with.
Yeah, but you know what? Those aren't like titanium reinforced. It's fucking wood. Pieces of wood. Yeah. Plow through that thing, gun it, do whatever you gotta do, put it in a second. I don't care.
No, doesn't do it. He's just keep rocking back and forth here, and you see the train coming on the left side.
If it's at an angle and he's having a hard time. Oh, look at that thing fucking come. Oh shit. Oh, was that produce?
I don't know, but
fucking apple cart.
Yeah, I have no idea, but
I don't know my apples.
Look at this.
That's wild.
I didn't know
like maybe he was trying to back up or something. I don't know.
I didn't know if it was like insulation.
Look at it. Like
look at all that. Yeah, look at that. Is that heads of lettuce?
All my lettuce is gone.
Brussels sprouts going everywhere.
They are close to Belgium.
Yeah, look at that. They just call it sprouts there, by the way. But yeah, look, that whole truck, the back end of the truck was just disintegrated. And there's just, I don't know if that's insulation foam or produce laying all over the place.
Wow.
Now, I bring this up because we venture back to the Brightline train system of Florida.
A frequent video clip showing up on This Week in Disasters from the Brightline.
Constantly, the Brightline train system. I think the train line works fine. It's people don't know how to react to trains in the state of Florida. Now, the thing with Florida that differs from a lot of other places, most metropolitan places, I'll say, is that in New York, in LA, or in Atlanta, major cities, Detroit, DC, you have train systems. They're metro train systems, Amtrak train systems. But you don't usually have the train system that has giant cable cars connected together where you're sitting there for at least 20 minutes as 100 different cars go past because it's all transporting goods and what have you. Florida has both on the same tracks. So you get those. Sometimes you'll be at a train stop and you're sitting there for a while because you're watching all these cars go by because it's just transferring goods and services. Other times you get the Brightline system, which goes much faster than the transport trains. They're going at a blinding speed from there. I'm not from Florida. Stop it.
There might be on to you, man.
The Brightline system goes breakneck speed to get you from Orlando to West Palm in like an hour. You know, or from West Palm to Miami in about half an hour. So this one is in Orlando, and this is another person who can't just sit and wait for the train to pass. Take a look. Now, in this footage here, I zoomed it in. Watch that black car.
Idiots.
Look. Upon impact, the car just turns into a ball of fire.
Fireball.
Push through, can't wait. Trying to get under the safety arm.
And that took the full brunt of that. Like, that wasn't like clip the back end or whatever. That was like if someone was sitting in that passenger seat. Oh,
yeah. So that one, where are my notes? Was an 83-year-old woman.
Not shocked by this.
Driving around the lowered crossing arms and into the path of the oncoming Brightline train. We wish the best for her. But yeah, plows right through there. So
now, like a Willard Scott situation where she was 83 years young.
There were other train incidents that were happening.
Oh, there always are.
In the last few weeks. Problem
Especially
is,
in the Brightline.
There's no footage. So that happened on September 12th in Orlando. November 12th, West Palm Beach, Florida, a dump truck got tossed and flung near the railroad tracks in West Palm Beach, Florida. The truck was flipped over, burning. It was a whole thing. There was post-show footage of the news anchors outside at night looking at it, but I couldn't find any surveillance footage of the actual incident. On the same day, Riviera Boulevard in Boca Raton, train hits a car. Same Brightline. The Brightline system hit a dump truck and a passenger car on the same day. It's just it's like
just the same train.
Hose it down, open it up, business as usual. Train's got to get there on time. That's pretty good. If we had a service, just a Brightline, we could work on that. All right. So yes, train crashes are a big thing that seem to happen all the time. A lot of it seems to happen down on the Florida transit system.
Right.
Let's go to some stories. I didn't need to go back this far to watch the typhoon. This just happened last week in the Philippines. Look what it's doing to this bridge.
Jesus.
It is flinging this bridge around like it's an accordion. It's a suspension bridge. This is Typhoon Feng Wang.
Language.
It hit this bridge at 115 miles an hour winds, killed at least 6 people. Just days before, was hit with a previous typhoon that had ravaged the area before crashing into Vietnam. So the Philippines got hit back to back within days with raging typhoons. Look, this bridge, this suspension bridge is flying around. Look at this. This was metal. It's just bending like crazy. Now,
how much to like strap yourself onto that with some cables and just ride that out?
If I had a helmet and it's like safety pads on, I think I'd go there if you paid me. I'd do it for 100,000. I go out there. I mean, it looks like not like a Double Dare physical challenge, but what was the other game? Guts,
yeah.
It looks like Guts challenge or Legend of the Hidden Temple or one of those Nickelodeon games.
You like, if you can get past this bridge, you'll move on to the aggro crag.
The next bridge incident happens in how do you say this? The Sichuan province in China on November 11th. The Hongqi Hongqi Hanxi Special Bridge is what this was called. This bridge had just been completed in January of this year.
I haven't seen footage, but I've heard of this.
So this footage is showing you the cracks in the bridge. Like hours.
Wow.
Before the incident. Somebody got out of their car and you look at these cracks in the road, in the structures, all the way into the mountain that it was braced into. So the structure's cracking and the mountain is cracking. Look at this.
Oh, Chamadillo.
The whole mountainside's gone. Jesus. The bridge connecting to the mountainside is gone. The bridge over the water is still intact. Now, the bridge had been closed. Once these cracks were discovered, everything was closed, so nobody died, right, or nobody was hurt from this thing here. But they had hours. Like, it was discovered, reported. They shut the bridge down. And then hours after that, this whole thing happened. That never happens, that you get that much of a warning. And even though that's such a small window of time, was enough to prevent anybody from getting hurt. But the mass destruction on that mountainside and that bridge. The other thing, too, is look how blue that water was.
Yeah, it was very nice.
That was like
very scenic.
Yeah, that was like having a bridge in Utah or something. Like, wow, that's beautiful. Here's another bridge collapsing in the same southwest province of China.
What's that city?
Gesundheit.
No, it's Guizhou, actually.
Guizhou, China. This goes back to June 24th, though, several months before this. So they had a bad storm and a massive flooding happening. Wiped out this whole portion of a bridge. This tractor trailer is hanging over what remains of this edge of the bridge. The guy's in the truck. Both sides. Because there's one bridge going one way, the other going the other way. Both of them lost, gone. Water took it out.
That's crazy.
Alka-Seltzer? What was he saying? But
he was saying Sai Wang Shima.
So yes, that was on June 24th. That was the Houzihe Grand Bridge. The toll for that was 38 people. 24 went missing in the flash flood that also not only swept away the bridge, but 25 vehicles. The driver that was dangling in the cab of the truck was rescued.
Jeez.
Now, we're going to end with, this is one of the, you knew this would happen, and this did. There are so many fucking idiots that are doing shit in social media that cause accidents. Like, social media and your accidents with your phone are getting up there with like substance related accidents and deaths behind the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
This is in Zion, Illinois, which is a section of Chicago. A 57-year-old lady is live streaming on TikTok while she's driving. Take a look at this.
I don't know. It was weird. Like, so.
That noise.
You okay? Oh, what was that?
You okay?
Wow.
Okay.
Did she just hit like a homeless man or something?
Here's what happened. She's got that green screen effect, you know, where you don't, if you don't have the green screen, it can impose you over an image. She's live streaming with that effect while she's driving. She then hits somebody crossing the street. She has kids in the car.
Oh my God.
Bad enough she hit somebody. She's live streaming with children in the back of the car while she's streaming to her TikTok, right? She's not even that upset. The kid screams. She just goes, oh, well, and she's like, oh, I hit somebody. Like, she didn't care.
Wow.
She was more annoyed that this is fucking up her live stream than the fact that she hit somebody. Let's watch it again. Yes, I see Whippet definitely on her phone. Yes, she's looking at the road, but now look at the camera right here.
Oh no, it was
Here, I'll zoom it in for us so we can see even a little more here. Look at her.
weird. Like,
She's reading the chat and talking to the camera.
so. Let me call you right now. Oh,
She screamed, oh, that, and the kid goes, well, what that? And she goes, oh, I'm all right. You heard that, right?
Oh, she's the worst.
Right? You heard that.
Mm-hmm.
let me call you right now. Oh,
What was that?
The fact that she has her kids in the car is fucking horrible.
Right.
What was that?
you okay?
She's like, I hit somebody. Okay. So,
Worst.
as of right now, she has not been brought up on charges.
She should.
Well, they confiscated her phone, I think, and they have to go through all of this, and they're trying to patch this together to tie in that she was. I mean, it's obviously there, but they have to go through her phone or what have you. She has not been brought up on charges. The guy she killed was an elderly guy. He's killed. He's dead. She bumps into this guy. It wasn't instant, so he didn't survive treatment on way to the hospital. Hasn't been charged. But shortly after, I don't know if it was that day, if it was the next day, she goes back onto live stream.
Of course she does. It's an addiction for these people.
I got a clip of the live stream before it got pulled down. This is what she did. Sorry, it was 3 days later. I apologize because I have the dates here. I should have been looking at my own notes. That happened on November 3rd. November 6th, she goes back online to live stream. Listen to this.
Y'all already know me, right? So y'all know if my mind isn't in full capacity, it's hard for me to host lives.
If her mind isn't in full capacity, it's hard for me to host lives.
I won't really be here long. I won't be on live until my mind is on full capacity. So it's allowed me that, y'all, because I want y'all to have want y'all to be able to have the part of me, you know what I'm saying, where, I'm not distracted or anything like that. Yeah, my cat.
All right.
She doesn't want to be distracted. God
she's
forbid.
like, I haven't been on live for a while. She's totally downplaying this ever happened. She goes, you know me, like if I'm not there in full mental capacity, I can't do live. I can't host lives. She's not that big a streamer. Her account is TeaTime3 on TikTok, and she doesn't have that many people. She doesn't have that big of an audience that she could go around and act like, it's a big deal if she's not streaming or whatever.
Right.
But her I'm being. I can't even make fun and recreate what she's saying because I can't remember it. She's talking about being distracted by this shit, right?
Me that, y'all, because I want y'all to have want y'all to be able to have the part of me, you know what I'm saying, where, I'm not distracted or anything like that. Yeah.
All right. So I see everybody in the chat there. I'm stunned that they didn't charge her for that. They haven't yet. They have her phone. They had to go through stuff. They have to put stuff together. I don't know why she hasn't been charged yet, but as the time I'm putting this through here, she was not. There was no official charge against her yet, right? Check this part out now.
My Cash App up there if y'all want to support while I'm on mental leave. I don't like asking y'all for shit, but if y'all find it in y'all heart, and y'all want to support, my Cash App is right there.
While she's on she's taking mental leave, and she threw her Cash App link up on the screen and in the description there for you to donate to her while she's on mental leave.
Yeah, help her out.
Yeah.
She just killed a man, but
asking y'all for shit. But if y'all
I just want to buy Legos.
She doesn't want yes. Next time you run over somebody, we'll put up the super chats to donate for you to have Legos.
But I'll still go get Legos with it. But this time I've killed a man.
Right. So the Cash App is up there if you want to find it in your heart. You know how I hate asking you for shit.
If y'all find it in y'all heart, and y'all want
that way to find it in y'all heart, like she's being all cutesy about it.
Wanna support, my Cash App is right there. I know, that's why I came on. I just want to tell y'all I will be okay.
She came on to throw up her Cash App link for you to donate to her while she takes some time off. She goes, I'll be okay.
I am taking things one day at a time. I'm good, you guys. No,
I'm taking one thing. She just hit a person who did not survive. And she's like, I'll be okay. She's playing it off like, how your girl do. Your girl needs to be fucking unalived as well. But they're not going to do that to her.
I ain't got no appetite. I'm going to be okay. I ain't eating right now. Oh, yes, Jen, I've been writing. I got a new album. Well, I got a new album series coming out. Well, with the stuff that y'all already heard. And I've been working on that. But I be listening to y'all. I see it's a lot of mess going on. I don't even want to dab in that. But you guys are more than welcome to come up.
She does want to dab, and I see there's a lot of mess. Now, here's something that you don't know. While this is happening, it took a little bit, but people started flocking to her channel. They found out that she's on live. Everyone in the chat is screaming at her. Like, you're a horrible person. You're a monster. You just killed a person. And you're up here begging for money, and you're promoting an album that you're going to be working on, showing no signs of remorse or anything. Like, not that she should be on in the first place, but showing no signs of, like, I can't even say humility.
Remorse.
She should be devastated. And she's not. But she'll put her Cash App up there, and her album will be dropping in a few weeks probably for all of this stuff here. She goes, I know, there's a whole mess. I won't even dab in that. How about you cut it out with the fucking slang?
Come on, Eric.
You sound like an illiterate fuck. Stop. Talk like a normal person if you're doing this shit. This is going to, if the fact that she was live streaming and she did that to a guy wasn't enough to add to the charges, the court system has this video too. So any kind of plea deal, any kind of lien on her sentence, anything is immediately gone. And she hasn't even been charged yet by putting this shit up.
And talk. Like I said, my Cash App up there if y'all wanna pour something in.
Again, I see you all complaining in there. I'm not even gonna dab in it, but my Cash App's up there if you guys want to pour. I've never heard the term pour something in. That's new to me. I haven't heard that one.
Y'all more than welcome to do that. Like I said, I do not like asking y'all for shit. It's definitely been overwhelming.
Somebody else joins in here. I don't know what that's called, where you can have somebody else come in with you. There's a name for it where you're live streaming. You could bring other people in from your audience, whatever. She has somebody else coming in here to talk with her. Listen to where this goes.
I know. I already know.
Wait, hold on.
Come up and talk. Like I said, my Cash App up there if y'all wanna pour something in. Y'all more than welcome to do that. Like I said, I do not like asking y'all for shit. It's definitely been overwhelming.
I know. I already know. But my comment was, I need all 200 of y'all to go right this second, leave out, and go to T's first pinned post. We needed to go viral.
Yeah.
T needs this encouragement more than you know.
Her pinned post was her promoting her fucking Cash App. This girl comes in and says, she needs your encouragement. We need it to go viral so that as many people can see it as possible, so that they'll donate to her Cash App, because she needs, what did she say? She needs your encouragement more than you know.
Yeah.
That lady should be dragged through the streets too. Whoever this one is came in and is co-signing this.
Second, leave out and go to T's first pinned post. We needed to go viral.
Yeah.
T needs this encouragement more than you know. as well. She needs the support more than you know. If you cannot contribute anything financially to her CA, that
CA.
Cash App.
I thought criminal attorney, but okay. Cash App. I guess that makes sense. I thought at this point the CA was the fact because she kept saying Cash App and this other one said CA. I thought this was seriously raising funds for her criminal attorney, but maybe I was wrong on all of that.
is the first step. But other than that, do you want to play some music? You want to hear some mess?
Yeah, you can tell me what's been going on.
Okay, we put the plug out there. Let's just talk about real. Let's keep it real. Let's talk about the real. Do you want to play some music? Do you want to talk some mess? The fucking gall. Yes, and that's the thing too. She's very self-aware. This bitch does not care that she just cost somebody their life.
No,
because she was live.
She's upset about her dinner and getting the money for her food.
And she goes, guys, if I'm not in the right mindset, I can't host lives. And you know how important it is to host lives? I hope there's a public spectacle at this lady's trial. And they're just like her and her. I don't even know if the family deserves it, but they might deserve it for allowing their daughter, wife, sister. Oh, she's not married. Daughter, mother, whatever. Oh, in fact, she's a grandmother too. I forgot about that. She's got a plethora of grandchildren as well. To be on there doing this shit. I hope that she is thrown away for the rest of her life for doing this stuff. Fucking horrific stuff.
I saw one where someone was live streaming, but then hit a car. But it was just a dumb accident. But hitting a person was
that the girl on Kick?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she was live streaming on Kick. Apparently, and I wasn't aware of this. There's terms of service. I know Twitch has it that they don't want you live streaming in a car.
Yeah.
In the sense of there's certain people who have the camera mounted in their car, so you can see out the dashboard and all that kind of stuff. And I guess that's okay. But having the camera on you like this while you're driving and it's on you like that is against their I mean, yeah, it's illegal, but also against their terms of service. I'm not sure if Kick had that, but the story I read about her is she got her account nuked and banned from that, and other platforms she wasn't even on will ban her if she shows up because that's what she did. Yeah.
That's rough.
I mean, rightfully so.
Sure.
Ridiculous. All right. That's it for disasters. We're going to take a break. When we come back, segment 2, television, movies, streaming updates, all the news that fits a print. We'll be right back.
More. It's Eric Nagel.
It's Eric Nagel.
Next.